Good morning. How's it going, guys? What's up? Yep, I literally just rolled out of bed. Oh, oh. Why so bloody early, says the Twitch chat. Hello, Twitchers. It's time, that's why. It's time for me to do it. See, I know whenever I'm late, I'm really late, right? Like I start the show at like 2 p.m. Eastern time. My intention has for this always to been like a morning show. It's a bit earlier than normal because I have things to do today that I can't really put off till later. So we're doing it early. It is almost 9 a.m. It is 8:48 a.m. What's going on, guys? As soon as Botrix kicks in, the YouTube chat will appear on screen. Oh, YouTube is yelling at me to insert ads. Let me just do it. Boop. Blonde for $2. Weekly sip for a type B Koiko. The Al Ghul is in the cup. Listen, guys, Disco Elysium is I know commie game, but it's an incredible commie game, dude. So, how are you all? What's going on today? Early and gay? Well, sorry, buddy. We're approaching the big 200, aren't we, for weekly sips? Like, look what's going on. Look what's going on, dudes. We're at 198. Where's the Sea of Stars finale? What do you mean we beat the game? We beat it. It's coming out on the side channel, isn't it? Dev's nose is clogged from snorting coke. That's why he's early. No, it's just dry. It's dry air around here, dude. Doesn't Persona 3 Reload suck? Like everyone keeps saying Persona 3. It's like, shit sucks for you, blonde. Oh, I'm sorry, dude. Oh, the VOD? Yeah, the VOD goes up on the VOD channel, dude. Come to the. Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's go. Dev, it's nearly 6 a.m. on the West Coast. I don't live on the West Coast. Oh, let me just. Oh, fuck. So, I set myself a goal like a year ago that once I hit 200, I'll end the weekly sip and replace it with something else. It'll probably be a little bit past 200, but my medium term goal is to definitely replace the weekly sip with something that's more regular. You know, daily podcasts seem to be the way YouTube is going. There's been immense success with side scrollers doing that. Sargon's seen some success. It's probably time for me to jump on that that bandwagon. The main reason I haven't done it so far is because I just haven't had the space. You know, the place that I'm living in is really tiny. Um, it's cheap, but it's tiny, and it's always been a consistent problem throughout the years. Is just how small this space is, and how much it sucks for doing any sort of consistent show. So, however, we're moving in the spring. We're finally leaving. I've been saying this for years, but it's finally actually happening. So, I'm aiming to get a much bigger place that I can actually have a dedicated like podcast room or something. and then I'll set something up. The daily gulp, the daily sip, maybe. I don't know. $5 from Tricky Mario. Thank you. Thanks for reading my article on the last sip and the video you made this week. I hope you enjoyed losing brain cells. Miss Frizzle being trans? No. Oh my god, Brock. Okay, what's saltiness is Brock saying? So, Dev, are you still committed to the lie you were telling about the bill? What fucking lie are you talking about, you tard? The morning goat with Dave. Fuck. But yeah, basically, like, I've always wanted to do something a bit more official. It'll probably help with channel growth too. So, once I move, I'm setting something up. That's the plan. A place for the editing minds for Dave the Slave. Charlie says, "Hey Dev, I'm playing No More Heroes again after years. Reminds me of playing it in the summer as a teen. Hope you're all doing well, dude. Have a good stream." Yeah, listen, No More Heroes is a great game. I like it. Do you have like the remaster on Switch? Is that what you're playing? Why is your new channel art so dog shit? I like it, so fuck you. Wear a three-piece suit. No, I'm not going that hardcore. I just need a location to do it. I need to like a place where I can like sit down at a table and set up a couple mics, have somebody IRL, you know, have like a person who actually runs the stream from behind the scenes. Like, I need something. I just don't have the space to do that here. You know what I mean? Another great example of a show that does that well is like the WAN show over on Linus's channel, right? They only do it once a week as well, but still. Move to California? No, I will not. I do not care. I got the Steam version from Humble Bundle. Oh, okay. Hey, hold on a minute. I've never seen someone old art look better than new art. It was like a waste of money. Well, fuck off. I'm not changing it back. Get used to it, or shut up. Here, just out of curiosity, how does it play on Steam? Because it seems like you really need those motion controls for it to work, you know? Hold on a second here. I'm trying to fucking. Speaking of fucking Humble Bundles, dude. I still have from a Humble Bundle, like a Humble monthly thing. They're supposed to give me a key for the quarry, and it's not fucking showing up yet. It keeps saying, "Where are the keys? Where are the keys?" Oh, fuck you, Humble Bundle. Give me my fucking key. God damn it. Okay, they're still out. Fuck. I think Kibbs likes Hollow Knight enough. We'll keep playing it. Seems like you're finally able to come to some understanding on the Archcast. What do you mean? What do you mean, Archcast? What are you talking about? Archcast was fun yesterday. It was good. Hey, Soupy, where have you been, dude? You're not hanging around anymore, are you? You moving on already? I mean, you're a young guy, Soupy. It seems like you'd probably rotate through YouTubers fast if you're actually leaving. Plays the same without motion controls. I'm using PS4 controller. Oh, okay. How do you run into digital keys? I don't fucking know, dude. I think it's because Humble Bundle isn't Steam itself. So what ends up happening is like they'll get the keys from Steam, but when they run out, they can't issue new keys. You know what I mean? Hollow Knight inspired the game that the Palworld devs are making? No way. Are they making a new game already? I'm just busy with school and busy lurking in the farms full of kiwis. Well, have fun. Have fun with that shit. Yeah, Soupy is cucking me with other streamers. Rip. Rippy dippy. Hello from Australia. It's 10 p.m. here. I can't sleep. Really enjoyed your liberalism bit. Well, thanks very much, man. Thank you. Here's the thing. Like, there are people who think, like, if you go to, like, the comments on V's videos about me, there are people who think that, like, our friendship is crumbling and I'm gonna stab him in the back and all this, like, insane bullshit. And these people are all fucking retarded, right? They're like, Dev is the betrayer. No, I can't believe it. And it's like, you guys are, like, go the fuck outside, dude. Like, V and I, we talk every day. Like, we're good, all right? Despite our differences of opinion, like... It's just kind of... I don't know. People are like desperate. I'm now at the point where I do have some dedicated haters, and a lot of them are viewers of mine from, let's say, 4 or 5 years ago who are now watching V. And it's like, oh yeah, really? Is that the case? That's their business, right? It's like, yeah, whatever. Just become far right and they'll love you again. Yeah, but then it would be a lie because I don't believe in that shit and I never have. But yeah, it is a bit tiring to see because a lot of people have lost their fucking minds since COVID. And like, here's the thing: V laid out his logic of like, I don't trust the government because of what they did during COVID. It's like, yeah, fair enough. I can't really argue with that because a lot of terrible stuff was done during COVID, but the issue is that has now put him and a lot of people who think like him in this untenable position where they have like no tools to grapple with the objective reality. It's like, well, yeah, there's like the personal conversation where all of those dev haters, they they make it personal, right? They're like, you like Dev's gonna backstab. He's like, no, we just disagree. We disagree on politics, but that's it. Like, we're not. It's nothing more than that, dude. Like, calm the fuck down. Um, but then the actual conversation, like here, man. I remember V and I we talked about it privately. I'm not going to reveal anything like that wouldn't already be public. It's not that big of a deal. Like, I'm not going to reveal secrets or anything. But basically, I said, listen. Trump tried to do a specific type of coup attempt on January 6th. It's called a self coup or an auto coup, right? And an auto coup is generally not using the military. It's when you have legal power because you won an election, but then you try to illegally extend that power using your current legal power, right? So that's an auto coup or a self coup. I said, listen, V, this is what Trump tried to do on January 6th, and V was like, no, 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 and then I go through the logic with the false electors, and at the end of the conversation, V argued himself into a position where he said, I don't care that he tried to do it because he was justified in doing it because of XYZ reason of the establishment treating him poorly. And it's like, well, that's a different argument then, because it's one thing to say Trump didn't try to coup the government. It's another thing to say Trump was justified in trying to coup the government. Those are two different statements, all right? And the fact that he jumped from the first one to the second one kind of shows me that like this is an equivalent of the left wing's "it's not happening and it's good that it's happening" kind of thing. The right wing does this too, and this is it, right? Did he really attempt to self coup? Yes. Nope. All of you guys who are saying this in the chat, you're all wrong. Yep. This is actually what he did. Do you need explanations? Okay, here. How about this? those of you in the chat who are asking, do you legitimately not know, or do you just reject the logic? If he was actually guilty, he would have been put in prison. Well, it's currently going through the courts. That's what one of the big indictments is. Yeah, Galaxy Dragon 87. That's the Georgia indictment, I think. He literally didn't try to coup. Yes, it did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. That's exactly what he did. It's all the Eastman memo, fellas. It's all the Eastman memo. Here. In fact, fine. Why isn't he being charged for self-coup? That is what the Georgia RICO case is. All right, I guess you guys need more education. Okay, hold on. Okay, so here we go. You're just wrong? Nope. Nope, I'm correct. I have not moved the goalpost. I've been saying this consistently the whole time. Was it Illumina? Wait, Illumina? I don't recall. Illuminahide? I don't know how to say your name, but no, I haven't moved any goalposts at all. This has been my consistent position. So, we can go over it, sure. I mean, yeah, the Eastman memos. It's very easy to find this sort of stuff. Eastman was a lawyer that Trump retained. John Eastman. He retained him at the end of December after, like, he went through all the appropriate channels to investigate the election. You know, his his attorney general, was it William Barr? He's like, no, dude, there's nothing. The FBI investigated, found nothing. Law enforcement, the states were investigating. Republicans looked into it. His own fucking judges, people that he appointed, they're all like, nope, there's nothing here. So Trump, in the final hour, not taking the L after all of his investigations played out, turned to John Eastman, who is a lawyer. And basically, here we go. Here's the memo. Yep. The first memo described the constitutional and statutory process for opening and counting electoral votes in the 12th Amendment and the Electoral Count Act. Okay, let's see here. Here is the 6-step plan. Hold on, what? Yep, 6. Yeah, okay, yeah. VP Pence, presiding over the joint session, or Senate Pro Tempore Grassley, if Pence recuses himself, begins to open and count the ballots, starting with Alabama. When he gets to Arizona, he announces that he has multiple slates of electors, and so he is going to defer decision on that until finishing the other states. This would be the first break with the procedure set out in the Electoral Count Act. So he already admits that they're breaking with procedure here, right? At the end, he announces that because of the ongoing disputes in the 7 states, there are no electors that can be deemed validly appointed in those states. Which, by the way, this is not how this works. Because they do have valid electors. They're just asking Trump to take the false electors that were filed earlier, because there were a series of false electors that were brought in with fake papers, right, that were not legitimized by the states. But the plan was Trump was going to tell Pence to do this. It's like, listen, Pence, we got these fake electors. Trump wouldn't have called them fake, obviously. He's not that stupid. But there's these fake electors, and you're going to use the chaos of the fake electors to refuse to count these states. Right? The total number of electors appointed, language of the 12th Amendment, is 454. The reading of the 12th Amendment has also been advanced. Yeah, okay. Majority of electors' appointment would therefore be 228. If there are at this point 232 votes for Trump, 222 for Biden, Pence would then gavel Trump as reelected. Howells, of course, and the Democrats who now claim that 270 is required, so Pence says fine. Pursuant to the 12th Amendment, no candidate has received the necessary majority. This sends the matter to the House, where the votes shall be taken by states, representatives for each state having 1 vote. Republicans currently control 26 of the state delegations. The bare majority need to win the vote. Trump is reelected. Now, the issue is that Pence looked at this ridiculous fucking plan and said, no, this is obviously bad. This is obviously unconstitutional. This is obviously not what the founding fathers of the United States wanted. So at this point, he refused. He refused at this point here on step 2. He said no. And by the way, good for Pence. That is exactly what he should have done. That is exactly what he should have done. Because this is bad. To try and do this is bad. Yep. So, the attempt, this memo, this plan that Trump wanted to happen and that Pence refused to go along with, this plan is why he's being charged with attempting to subvert the election, which is what the Georgia election racketeering prosecution is. So those of you who asked, why isn't he being charged with it? This is where he's being charged. It's this case. The creation of false electoral vote documents, fake electors. Yep. So there are other cases against Trump. Some of them are kind of shitty, frankly. But this is the one regarding the fake electors. And there we go. Was there any other questions? Any other questions about it, guys? Soupy says, Dev, there isn't any reason I'm watching less streams or slowing down viewership is that I've watched enough political content and I want to move on. Okay, that's fine. I mean, if you come around for gaming streams and only the gaming streams, that's okay, Soupy. Wait, hold on. Wikipedia, yes, a totally unbiased source. Okay. Do you want to go to the sources on Wikipedia? Do you want to like read his fucking memo like because like this stuff is like this stuff's all available, dude. Hold on, like yeah, this is like this is the representation contract. But see, here's the thing. Like, you can't even attack the argument, right? You're just like, that's a bad source. Do you believe that the source is lying? Or do you have an actual argument here? It's directly linked to Trump because it was Trump's lawyer and Trump, and they have them on a phone call talking about it. So yeah. Do they have the fake electoral votes? Asks Niu Quattro. They do actually. They do have the fake electoral votes. They actually have them. They have the paperwork. That's also in the Georgia RICO case. Okay, look. Okay, there are so many of you guys in the chat who have like a really strong opinion on this. Have you not read like any of the indictments? Soupy says, I'm going to stick to what I know best, making comics. Oh, does it mean that you're not watching the gaming stream anymore, Soupy? I mean, all right. Okay. Here we go. $2 from Blonde, thank you. For the 200 special invite fans on to beat you. And $20 from Fondue. This kind of logic reminds you of the unfriending trend from 20... Hold on, here. Jesus Christ, why isn't this working? Fuck you, YouTube. Okay. Okay, here. Fondue, $20. To be honest, this kind of logic reminds me of the unfriending trend from 2014 to 2016. If you don't agree with me, then I'm ghosting you from my life. It's disappointing to see because it was one of the things that started me to the left. Yeah, that's the big issue, right? Is that a lot of right-wingers are doing that, right? A lot of right-wingers or like, no, I can't possibly watch anything with Dev involved. And it's like, okay, well, fuck off then. Like, you're just as bad as they are. Like, I've cut people off, right? Like, I've cut off Scrump, for example. I've cut off Aiden Paladin. However, those are people who actually did something wrong. I'm currently friendly with people who are more right wing, I think, than those individuals, or like as right wing or similarly right wing. But I don't cut them off because they haven't backstabbed me. That's the difference, right? Kenrick 50, $5. When the case is dropped on the grounds that nothing Trump did was illegal, just unprecedented and scummy, will you accept the ruling? If they've gone through all the appropriate channels and that's where the judges have ended up, yeah, of course. No offense, but I have enough time to watch you and the Lotus Eaters and the like, but not enough time to go and do research. Puts me at a disadvantage, but I'm still somewhat plugged in and informed. Yeah, fair enough, dude. I understand. Yeah. I'm worried that if Trump doesn't get his second term, it'll be a return to the pre-2016 status quo. Nothing will really change. Can we even go back to the status quo? Would we even want that? Here's the thing, like, the pre-2016 status quo had some serious problems, but I think overall it was better than our current situation. I wouldn't mind going back to it. Dev should go on Lotus Eaters. It's not up to me, man. Well, I mean, it's partially up to me. I bet if I begged Sargon, maybe I could go on, but also I don't have the money to travel. Poor Dev. Devi wants you because you're fat and funny. Nobody's interested in you getting into the legal weeds of the ongoing Trump shit. We can get that literally anywhere else. Here's the thing, man. I basically do whatever I want in my channel. If I wanted to like fully convert this channel into a gaming only channel and lose 90% of my audience, well, that's that. You're an annoying gay, but I still like you, Dev. Thanks for the $2, Gail. Thank you. Dev, our current situation is because the neocon neolib establishment doesn't represent anyone, and the internet made that obvious to everyone paying attention because of new sources of information. I think that's way too simplistic. Yeah, that's way too simplistic to look at it, yeah. Dev, just become the Lotus Eaters. I'm not nearly right-wing enough to become the Lotus Eaters. SFO should go back to reviewing anime. Should we return to the anime? Return to the anime era, fellas? Don't you remember the 2000 election? Yeah, what about the 2000 election? What, you mean where there was a court case of Bush v. Gore? And they went to court? And then when it came time, Gore was like, all right, I accept the court's decision. And he conceded. That sounds fine to me. That isn't what Trump did, though. Started a network called the Marinara Mounties. Ah, fuck off. Nobody wants war. We get war. Nobody wants deindustrialization. We get deindustrialization. Nobody wants mass immigration. We get mass immigration. Nobody wants censorship. We get censorship. See, I can agree with you on some of those things. However, on some of those things, you're just wrong. Like the war one is wrong, right? So, what's really happening here is that like America is getting attacked. And America right now is so fucking cucked because of your like PTSD from the second Iraq war. which, by the way, was a terrible war, obviously. But, like, America gets attacked, and then your politicians are like, holy shit, dude, like, we have to do something about this. And then the American people are like, end the war, no more war, we can't do this. And it's like, what the fuck happened to your fucking spine, dude? Stigma, thanks for joining the D Club. Thank you. Think Dev is ever going to cover the PH Undercover expose because it's about a Canadian company and human trafficking. You're going to ignore it. I don't even know what you're fucking talking about, dude. I have no clue what you're talking about. Moot Stingray for $2. Pre-2016 had the same problems behind the scenes. Not exactly. Trump was definitely a different situation. Start with Freerun Journey's End. Thanks, Fondue. During the recent Iran thing for the no new war bit. Listen, it's one of those situations where it's like you have proxies that are attacking ships going through like American ships, British ships, right? At that point, you do have to step in. You're gonna be a cuck and be like, oh yeah, you can just like blow up our shit. It's cool. Like, yeah, we have like a cargo ship going through. Just blow that shit up. It's okay. Like, what the fuck? No, you have to fight. What the fuck's wrong with you? Onion Farmer, Aiden is extremely intelligent when it comes to psychology. Her psych videos are very, very good, and she definitely knows the literature for psychology way better than me. Outside of psychology, though, no. Oh, is there a Pornhub Undercover expose? I didn't know that there was. News to me. I understand patrolling the Suez and the Red Sea. What does that have to do with Afghanistan? Well, they're not related. I didn't say they were. What I'm saying is that, like, America mismanaged Afghanistan and should not have been in Iraq at all. And so that has given the American public this like extreme aversion to fighting for America's own interests, even if you're directly attacked. Like, here. If 9/11 happened right now, you'd have a bunch of leftist streamers talking about how bad America is on Twitch and talking about how, like, America deserved it and how it's this evil capitalist empire. Then you have a bunch of right-wingers, like, on YouTube or on Twitter or something, talking about how America shouldn't be the world police and how we can't fight back and we can't keep doing this stuff because we should be turning inward. We should not be like threatening we should not be like trying to get World War III going. Like, it would be, that's what would happen post 9/11 if 9/11 happened today. So no, like, I understand the anti-war position, but you cannot simply appease forever when war comes to you, when somebody else brings it to your front door. So no. What happened to facts don't care about your feelings to the Trump meat riders? Yeah, I know what you mean, Alex. A lot of them are just irrational at this point. Pornhub. I'll look into this. Okay, the Pornhub thing. Also, hold on. Okay, Stigma of the Rose. Why do you say think Dev is ever going to cover the Pornhub undercover expose because it's about a Canadian company and human trafficking, or is he going to ignore it? One, why are you donating to me while talking about me like I'm not there? And two, why are you being like a passive aggressive fucking loser? What the fuck are you doing? It's like, you think Dev's ever going to be honest enough to cover this story? It's like, what the fuck's wrong with you, dude? Just because you donated to me doesn't mean I'm going to fucking go lightly on you. The fuck is wrong with you? Okay, Pornhub undercover expose. What's going on with this shit? Pornhub exposed. This is from a month ago. Okay, let's see. I'll have to look into it later, okay? I don't know anything about it. I don't know what's going on, but I will look into it. I'll look into it later. Okay. Okay, there we go. Geez, Dev, go have a Snickers and a coffee. I never think I've ever seen you this crabby. Oh no. Listen, this is the new Dev. If you think this is because of crabbiness, no. This is now Dev version 2.0. You understand? No longer will I be a fucking pushover. No longer will I be a pushover. Mm. Mm. Delicious. You guys all have your drinks ready? That's when they're feeding tranny porn results into the straight searches. Oh yeah, that shit. That's fucking stupid, dude. Like, this whole, like, we need to push trans porn to the front page and make straight guys watch it for trans inclusivity. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? If people don't want to watch it, they don't want to watch it. Like, stop being weird. It's so dumb. Hey there, Jake. What's up? Jake over on Kick. But yeah, man. I am now the alpha. This discipline nonsense is going to stop. Oh god, I remember that shit. Oh, that fucking TikTok jiggy. Oh my god. Kids, stop watching Andrew Tate. Listen, here's the thing. If you actually were the alpha in that situation, you would just walk the fuck out. Just be like, I need to take this. And you just peace. Walk out. Don't come back. Giga Chad. Dev is still a pushover till he confirms the trucker video is never real. No, man, like, everyone keeps saying trucker video, but, like, no, it's just laziness, man. I'm just being lazy. That's all. That's you right now, Dev. No, it's not. The difference is that I will actually, you know what? I will ban my own donators if they break my rules. I don't give a fuck. That's how it is. That's how it is, baby. Oh. One femboy D&D character dies and Dev completely changes his personality. No, what's going on basically is, like, there's I've been unironically kind of cucked when it comes to the free speech stuff, because I've been like, okay, I want to run a free speech community. Everyone can have their debate. Everyone has their say. And then I go into the Discord, right? Which, by the way, will be shut down in a couple of weeks because I fucking hate that place. But I go into the Discord and there'll be, like, people, and they're, like, just blatantly breaking the rules. They're bullying other people out of the community. They're constantly picking fights in the worst fucking way. And I'm just like, can you guys chill the fuck out? And they're like, shut the fuck up, you fucking faggot. It's like, what the fuck is wrong? And then I would be like, no, like, I don't like this. Like, what the fuck? It's like, fuck you. So basically, they were taking advantage of my free speech stance, and at this point, I was like, you know what? I'm not going to tolerate that. I don't free. Okay, yeah, I'm going to violate your free speech. Okay, fine, but I'm still going to fuck you. All right, I'm done with it. Okay. You've always been rule breakers just being an asshole. Now, here's the thing. I gave rule breakers so much leeway, dude. I gave them, like, slaps in the wrist. I gave them, like, opportunities to reform. I'm like, dude, come on. I know you don't really want to do this. Like, I know because, and, like, I would, like, talk to them. It's like, no. At this point, no. Authoritarian Dev time. We're stomping them, and that's that. Oh. Hold on. You're projecting your I will not be a pushover onto an entire country that you don't even live in, by the way, whereas you'd rather not start World War III over a few casualties, however tragic. You see, Liam Wayne, that is the cucked position, right? Like, we don't want to start World War III. You know what? with that attitude, World War III will come to you, and you will roll over and take it. You will spread your fucking ass cheeks for your enemies because you're like, I don't want to fight. Just take whatever you want. No. Am I gonna play Persona 3? I heard it was shit. Dude. So you didn't moderate properly, and now you're going to moderate. Yes, but here's the thing. The reason that I was very hands-off on the moderation was for free speech reasons, right? And that got, like, massively taken advantage of. Like, incredibly taken advantage of. And I'm at the point now where it's like, you know what? I don't care. Like, if you're just an asshole, I'll just ban you and not even fucking think twice about it anymore. Like, fuck off. Yes, we have to project strength when the barbarians are at the gates. Exactly. This is why I don't. You know what? This is why I don't understand all the people in America who, for example, don't want to support Ukraine. Like, what the fuck is wrong with you, dude? Fuck you, Dev. When have you served your country? When are you putting your life on the line? Never. Exactly. Well, you know what? Canada's not the world hegemon. You are. And you want all the perks of being the biggest, baddest dick around. That's what you want. You want to be the big dick. That's what America wants, and that's what Americans always say they want. You want to be the big dick. This is the responsibility that comes with it. So fulfill it. $5. Joshua Gilbert. The attitude that self-defense is good has been vilified recently. I also loved the G.K. Chesterton quote in the liberalism video. Well, thank you very much, dude. Appreciate it. Conservatives has become the peacenik hippie queers. ANCAP's the best example as to why Ancapistan won't work. Well, thanks very much, Fondu. Thanks for the money, guys. Appreciate it. On American isolationism. Yeah, it's easy to say that, but then you just give up the entire world to your enemies. And when the entire world comes knocking at your doorstep after conquering everything else because you pulled back, you will just lose. All right? Like, if America withdrew all of its resources and all of its people and all of its military back to the American borders, closed the borders, and stayed there, China would probably conquer the rest of the world, and then China would conquer you because it has the rest of the world on its side. Here's the thing. Forever wars exist because America has, for some reason, and honestly, I honestly think it's like the peaceniks that have done this. America seems to have this extreme aversion to, like, setting forward some sort of goal, right? Like, your goal in Afghanistan should not have been to stay there 20 years and build a corrupt democracy that falls apart the minute you fucking leave, right? It shouldn't have been that. Um, your goal in Afghanistan should have been to go in, destroy Al Qaeda, kill Bin Laden, and leave. All right, and it's not your responsibility what happens to those people afterward. That's what you should have done. $10 in Kenrick, thank you. I don't mind pushing back when attacked. I just wish we would stop before going full on regime change. Let them go at each other as long as they leave us out of it. Sure, I mean, yeah, fair enough, right? But, like, sometimes you got a regime change, right? Like, overthrowing the Taliban was probably justified back in 2001. Chia for $5, thank you. Persona 3 Reload is great. It's a very faithful remake with some nice additions. I've heard the original, but the remake is a good alternative. Didn't they censor stuff, though? The US should have created a power vacuum and left. Yeah, literally, yes. Actually, that's what should have happened. Yes. Leave so the same thing happens again, lol. Weak take. Oh, so you actually want a forever war then? No. Here's what you do. When you have enemies, you punish them. All right? Simple as that. What's the alternative? You have enemies and they attack you and you just like, oh, you need to see it from their point of view. Oh, we need to understand that they're actually not, like, we're actually the bad ones. Oh, and like, what the fuck? Like, are you a cuck? Yep. Show up, BTFO the dictator, refuse to elaborate, leave. Yes. Be an actual Giga Chad. Bin Laden was in Pakistan. That's where we found him, yeah. But he was originally in Afghanistan. He crossed over later. Yeah. They tried to run the Japan model. They tried to rebuild the conquered people into something that would never be the aggressor. I remember them saying that back in 2001. That was never going to work, though, because the Afghani is not like the Japanese. It's not the same fucking kind of people. Wearing my double-breasted suit to church today. Enjoy your Sunday, Dev, and God bless. Thanks very much, Lord Tennyson's pipe. Thank you. I haven't seen you around much, but thank you for the $5. It's just a bad take overall. No, it's not. It's the only fucking take. The bad take is we should not fight when attacked. Like, that's just being a cuck. That's just cuckoldry. Whoa, where did all these terrorist groups come from? Yeah, here's what you do. You destroy them, all right? Listen, when you have enemies that are hell-bent on destroying you, you punish them. And you punish them until either they're all dead, every single one of them, or they say, you know what, fine, okay, I got it. I won't do it again. I'm sorry. Where's the line between isolationism and Team America World Police? What is the logical limitation on aid if we ought to leave after peacekeeping? You see that thanks for the $5. It's actually a good conversation to have. Like everyone in the chat right now is like kind of screaming about nonsense. You guys are being retarded. But like that's the actual real conversation. Is like clearly you can't be too isolated. And clearly, Team America World Police was meant to critique something that was going too far in the other direction. There's obviously a middle ground here, right? There's obviously a middle ground here. Dev, you need to read Peter Zeihan. He goes really deep into this. End of the world is just the beginning. John Watts, I don't buy Peter Zeihan that much. I think he's wrong about some key things. I think he's correct on China, on like China's being a paper tiger and China's decline. That's probably more or less correct. Same with Russia. Like Russia is not some rising power. Like the invasion of Ukraine was basically like Russia's last chance to do anything relevant or have anything because like Russia's fucked, right? If Russia did not invade Ukraine now, it was not going to be able to do it in 10 to 20 years because Russia is like on its way out. Russia's collapsing, right? However, Zeihan has this this doomerism about the West that I think is unfounded. You see, yeah, see here. Baddox Monkey. Dev says 100,000 bodies works. Listen, all right? Okay. Every single person who's in the chat who's talking about, like, listen, guys, we don't want there to be more lost lives. You know what you sound like? You sound like those leftists who go like, property is not more important than human lives. You're simply appealing to the sanctity of life, but without any sort of thoughts about long-term consequences. With the leftists, it's like, well, yes, obviously a life is more valuable than property. But if you take that principle to its logical extreme and you say, you know what? I can simply hold myself hostage as a valuable human life to go and steal all of your stuff. Your society is markedly worse. And we all understand this, right? Like you can't use the whole property is not more valuable than human lives logic to just legalize theft. That's clearly bad. Your society is clearly like your society would clearly be worse if you lived in that world, right? But on the right, the same thing applies with war. You can't be like, I mean, I've seen right wingers even say this, like, Ukraine should just not fight back against Russia because it's not worth losing the lives of fighting back. You should just give in and just live under Russian rule and just let them have what they want because then more people will be saved. Well, firstly, I don't think that's true. I think they'll start mass exterminating Ukrainians. However, even if that were true, what that simply means is that in your mad, desperate attempt to save people's lives, you will hand the entire world on a silver platter to the person who is willing to commit violence. And you can't do that. And so once you look at these two policies, right? Not policies, these two views on the left regarding property, on the right regarding war, you understand that a human life, in terms of actually making a real calculation about what has to happen in the practical world, human lives cannot be valued as infinite, because when they are, the entire system deforms, right? There has to be some instance in which you say, okay, we now must sacrifice X number of lives, and that is better than the alternative. And like that sounds heartless, like I'm sure if you just heard that and you just like you probably heard that and had like this visceral emotional reaction to that statement, but it is nonetheless true, right? Like, should the entire world have rolled over and just decided to not fight Nazi Germany because they wanted to conquer them? Like, obviously not, right? Like, you have to fight back, and that might mean millions of people die, but you must fight back, right? And it's there's this like, it's basically cowardice wearing the mask of humanitarianism. It's like, no, on some level you must fight. It doesn't matter how anti-war you are. It doesn't matter how much like this cucked pacifist you are. You got to fight sometimes. Simple as that. I don't choose between two evils, Dev, and you can't make me. No, but the world will. Someone holds a gun to your head. You got to choose the evil of dying or the evil of fighting. That's just how it is. $10 from Stigma the Rose. Thank you. Destroy Islam, then leave. We had more than one crusade because we didn't eradicate Islam the first time. Dev is right on war. Also, sorry if I came across as rude. It was meant to be a joke. Okay, I understand. Sorry for not taking it as a joke. But thank you for the $10, dude. I appreciate it. Nova. I know we tease you a lot, but all jokes aside, thank you, Dev. I found myself politically homeless throughout most of 2023. I'm glad I landed here. Well, thanks for landing here, Nova. I do appreciate you being here. So Avalon says, hold on. Dev, we don't destroy terrorist groups. We arm them to fight other terrorist groups who then become our enemies, and then we arm other terrorist groups to fight them, and we buy drugs from all of them. Listen, Avalon, I get it, but like we should change that policy. Obviously, it's not a good policy. But at the same time, what we should change to is not never fight anyone ever. That's not how it should be. Hold on, wait. On some level, you must fight. Go in and destroy all your enemies. It doesn't matter how many lives you lose. Wait, when did I say it doesn't matter how many lives you lose? Like, are you fucking ridiculous, Sigarther? No. What I'm saying is that, like, I can't believe I have to fucking say this. This is ridiculous, right? Here, when you are faced with an enemy that is intent on destroying you, and they're coming for you, here's your choices, all right? You can throw down your weapons in the name of not wanting to kill them because you're a nice, upstanding, moral humanitarian. So you disarm and you say, okay, we won't fight you. We don't want anyone to die. And then you have to hope that they don't kill you. And then maybe you save some lives. Or you can retain your sovereignty and you can defend yourself, right? Those are your options. Those are your options. And you know what? Sometimes you might actually have to kill some people and have some of your guys die in order to retain your sovereignty. Because that's what it fucking costs. Like, okay. No. Okay. Oh my God. I know all of you know that quote about tyrants, right? And the blood of patriots. You all know it, right? Is it the Tree of Liberty? Hold on. Yeah. Tree of Liberty. Yeah. The Tree of Liberty must be refreshed from time to time with the blood of patriots and tyrants, right? You guys all know that quote. The reason that the tree must be refreshed with the blood of both patriots and tyrants is because it's not only your enemy that must die in a war. You're going to lose some of your guys as well. But the point of that quote is that it's worth it. All right? So when people are sitting here, like, I don't understand how libertarians can quote this badass quote from Jefferson, but then when it comes time to actually do the watering, you're like, oh, dude, we can't go to war. We can't defend our own interest. Oh, like, what the fuck? Dev, what country has invaded the most other countries in this century? America. Yeah, okay. But were those wars justified or not? Some of them were. Some of them weren't. The point, like, it doesn't matter. Like, okay, if America invaded 1,000 countries over the past 20 years, and they were all justified wars, I'd be like, good. The point is justification, not this like dumb numbers game. Yeah, I know, Lost in Latte. I'm just being hyperbolic. I know. Dev, you annoy me with your Go America bullshit as a Canadian. Bye. Okay. All right. I'll just, you know what? You don't need to say bye. I'll just ban you myself. There you go. Remember when I said we are on the Dev authoritarian arc? Yeah. Everything America has done is justified. Giga Chad. Here's the thing. Like, if Canada joined America, I'm okay with that. Yeah. Dev, have you? Yeah, the Dev authoritarian. Oh, there we go. I should call my channel Dev authoritarian. That sounds pretty based. Devitarian. Fondue, $5. Dev, how about this? Life being more important than property makes the mistake of conflating breathing with an actual meaningful existence. Yeah, of course, obviously, right? And it's the same conversation about living under a tyrant versus living free. It's the same conversation. Yeah. Based in marinara build. Have I started working out yet? Yeah, but not much. I need to do more. $5 from C. Thomas Peasant. One's sovereignty and one's life has a cost, and sometimes that cost is it's at the expense of a bad neighbor. Yep, that's how it is. Yeah. Would you fight for the world order that you love so much? I mean, if necessary. You know, if I get drafted, I wouldn't be a draft dodger. Yeah, pacifism doesn't do anything except give all the negotiating power to the most ruthless people. Yep. Man, it's still like it's really funny. Like, there's another thing that I was talking about with V, and I think V is just he's contradictory on these 2 points. He's like, man, America just isn't strong enough anymore to stand up to Russia and to do anything about this. Also, why did America destroy the Nord Stream pipeline that Russia was using? And it's like, hold on. Both Trump and Biden said that if Russia makes an aggressive move, America will destroy the Nord pipeline in response. Russia made an aggressive move, America destroyed the pipeline. What's the issue here? Isn't this exactly what should happen? Because like Trump said it in 2019 and Biden said it in 2021 that America would target the pipeline. Like, what the? These 2 positions don't jive. Retard Dev is the best name ever. Oh, yeah, okay. I'm a Devitarian. Honestly, Devitarian sounds like vegetarian, though. You know what I mean? The biggest warmongers tend to have no stake in the game. Okay, here, bash the doggy. You think that I'm coming at this from like, you know, some sort of personal point of view, talking about how I want America to go out and like defend like my world or something, and I don't have to do anything. No. I'm giving you the raw power analysis. All right, independent of anything like that. It's just like, listen, here's the situation. Here's the numbers. Here's what you must do. It's simple as that, right? Like, my own personal views on war are not going to factor into that calculation. Frankly, I don't like war, frankly, but I'm not going to sit here and be like, my own personal pacifism means that no one should ever fight a war ever. Like, no. The real situation on the ground doesn't change just because you don't like what war is. Arcean for $5. Dev, America will allow you to become a citizen. All you have to do is call every American that you meet daddy from now on. I need to pronounce my name. That's quite the name there, by the way. For five. Jesus Christ, for €5. What do you think could future topics be that potentially could divide society, like immigration or genderism? The gender shit's on its way out. Immigration is not. I actually think immigration is going to be the next big topic for the election. I think that's going to be the big one. Is the southern border for the United States? Yeah, so here we go. Sports and VG Superfan 4 says, Dev, it just bothers me when people like you who never have and will never serve tell people like me to go die in war. So here's the thing. You're having an emotional reaction to what I'm saying. But I don't it's like you always say, I don't have any skin in the game, but and so fair enough, right? But the issue is that regardless of your emotional reaction and regardless of what I say to you, the power calculation is still there. It doesn't disappear because you disagree with it morally. It's simple as that. Soupy, you getting to work? Are you going, Soupy? Okay. I mean, Soupy, you should actually join the new Discord. Since I'm nuking the old one, because it fucking sucks. Immigration is immigrated into our conversations. So, is it time for us to wait? If I was an American, who would I vote for? I mean, if the only choices you're giving me are Biden and Trump, right? Because third party options are basically just protest vote at this point. And if you're saying that I can't vote for nobody, if I must vote for only Biden or only Trump, those are my only two options, I would choose Biden over Trump. But I could see myself choosing, for example, maybe Nikki Haley, right, over some people on the left. But if my choices are only Biden or Trump, I would vote Biden. Alejandra Garcia, you get guaranteed American citizenship, but first you must pronounce my whole name properly. Isn't it? I always pronounce your name wrong whenever you show up. It's always funny. Isn't it? Is it Alejandro Garcia? I don't fucking know, dude. I will not be enslaved. Pacifists are pathetic. $2 from Dracus Luthos. Yeah. Thank you. Yes, if it's those two, if it's Biden v. Trump and I can't choose no vote. I must choose one of them. I will choose Biden. And the reason I will choose Biden is because the Eastman memo stuff that we went over an hour ago, that is beyond the pale in my opinion. Too far. I will not vote for somebody who considers doing that. No. Will not. However, it's starting to shape up that Trump might actually win 2024. But no, I will not. I would not vote for him. No. Absolutely not. Craig Don, HK, $25. Thank you. 25 Hong Kong dollars? Oh. Okay. As an Afghanistan vet, I find vets trying to validate their opinions on the merits of being a vet highly cringe. Thank you for the support, dude. Fulcanelli for $5. America will gladly annex Canada and rename it Northern Michigan. Okay, sounds good. Yes. I would vote. Yeah, it's a bad choice between two guys because Biden has like 1 foot in the fucking grave, dude. But I would choose Biden over Trump because of the Eastman memo. That's too far. Too far for me. Between those two, I'm just not going to vote. Yeah, fair enough, right? Oh, here's the thing. Like, if somehow the election were like Haley versus Trump, I'd vote Haley. Yeah. If it were like Kamala versus Trump, and I couldn't, I mean, I'd probably vote Kamala, but I would fucking hate myself for it. It would probably be the most reluctant vote I've ever cast. There's a lot of people in the Democratic Party that I would vote for. Like, I'd probably vote for Pete Buttigieg over Trump. That'd be an easy vote. Kamala would be a very hard vote. But no, I would not. I would 100% not vote Trump after the Eastman memo. That's beyond the pale. No, will not ever support Trump. Nope. $5 from Jiggy Calzone. Trump is the sword a drowning nation is grabbing onto. We just need to find out if it's by the handle or the blade. Okay, should we get on to the articles, guys? Dev is pro-establishment, so we'll vote for the establishment. Yes. The establishment with all of its faults. Yeah, I'm still ultimately I think they're more good than evil for sure. So yeah. Like I keep saying this every single fucking stream, but what do you guys think liberal means? I voted Trudeau in 2015, but not 2019 or 2021. He was a very different guy 10 years ago. There's like speeches he was giving at universities like over 10 years ago where he's talking about like free speech and people's personal liberties and all this stuff, and he sounded great. But then as soon as he took office, he like not as soon as he took office, like it took him a couple years, but he became like a fucking nightmare after he took office. Yeah. Buttigieg would unironically lead to a civil war. Why? That sounds ridiculous. Stop the stupid fucking shit flinging with chat, you retard. Why? No. I already banned a couple of guys today. I can weed out all the losers by shit flinging with the chat. I'll be voting conservative this time. I definitely like the cut of Pierre Poilievre's jib. Here, hold on. Let's. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna pull the articles up. Let me just find them here. I still got them tucked away somewhere. That one Persona 3 scene that got cut was just a joke scene. It also got cut out of the PSP version of the game already, so it's not big of a deal. Okay. I heard that there were some retranslations that were pretty bad, though. And thank you for the donation. I heard that there were some retranslations that were bad in Persona 3. Also, it has Yongye, so you might as well just fucking suicide right now. Mr. Cornell called me evil. Okay, dude, sure. Another $5. Thank you, dude. I don't know if you saw all those socialists and commies on TikTok. Their lives are so unbearable in the BS they push, even in Mexican TikTok. What do you mean? They're the unbearable socialist lives of people who are drinking too much Starbucks? Like, what's going on there? Wait, pick up the old version of the game rather than the remaster. The remaster also screwed up the soundtrack because MP3s gives you like an EXE. That sounds terrible, dude. Fuck. Jesus. Apple's Ghost, here's the thing. I don't think he'd actually do it. I don't think he has the ability to do it. The thing about you, Dev, is that you have lived the life of and have made the life choices of a leftist. What do you mean by that? Because, like, by leftist, do you mean socialist or do you mean liberal? Do you mean anarchist? Because the, like, building institutions liberal Democrat type is very different from the overthrow the system revolutionary socialist type, even though right wingers think they're both on the left. So Solomon EOM, Dev doesn't understand American politics. Several members of both Democrats and Republicans represent what we refer to as the Uniparty. Oligarchs pretending to be whatever gives them power. I know what the Uniparty is. I'm not stupid, all right? What I'm saying is that how you view it is not so clear cut. And sometimes when Democrats and Republicans agree, it's not because there's some sort of uniparty that is implementing this fucking conspiracy. It's because the thing they're agreeing on is actually the truth. It's actually reality. If Democrats and Republicans came together and said, you know what? We think gravity is the reason that the apple fell from the tree. It's not a uniparty fucking conspiracy. Sometimes it's just what the truth is. Schizo chat is the greatest character bit on Dev's stream. It gets in the way. Yeah, there's definitely some fucking schizos in chat. Okay, article time? Hold on. Let's see. Dev is paid officers by the Uniparty. Oops. That's me. Ow. Hold on. Conservatives had the highest popular vote total, yet lost because Liberals and NDP had a higher plurality and more ridings. So, final Lugia Guardian, that's interesting because what happens in America is the opposite of what happens here, right? So, in America, Republicans very rarely ever win the popular vote. They almost never win the popular vote, right? However, they haven't won when's, hold on, just a curiosity. When is the last time a Republican president won the popular vote? Hold on, let's see. Last Republican who won the popular vote was George Bush in 2004. So that's 20 years ago, right? Republicans aren't winning the popular vote anymore. What's happening is Republicans are winning the Electoral College vote, which is what actually matters, right? So you have sometimes you have leftoids cry about like, well, how come we didn't win the presidency this time? We won the popular vote. That's not how it works, right? But in Canada, it's actually the opposite, right? Conservatives win the popular vote all the time in Canada. But because of the way that the ridings are laid out, which are basically the equivalent of American districts, the way that the ridings are laid out, Liberals and NDP tend to come together and form governments, even though there are more conservative voters than there are Liberal or NDP voters. Hold on. So Ryzeeks says that I am a 40-plus man. I'm not. I'm not that old. I have no kids. That's true. I still live with roommates. I live with one roommate. Yes, my best friend Dave. Childish hobbies. Okay, that's fine. You can think that what I do with my free time is childish. No religious involvements. That's true. I'm an atheist. Yeah. Okay. I mean, the only thing that you're really wrong about is my age. I'm younger than 40, for sure. But what else? Is that why I'm a leftist? I mean, trust me, I'm I'm not living with Dave because I want to, right? And when I move, I won't be. Dave isn't a roommate; he's my adopted child. Yeah. No, here's the thing: he's actually my employee as well. And no, Naomi doesn't want kids. I'm frankly neutral on having kids. If Naomi wanted them, I'd have them. If she doesn't, I won't. I don't really care. He just looks and has the health of a 53-year-old. I don't look that old either. You're basically 40 with a fool's take like Kamala being better than Trump. Eastman memo, you retard. Here's the thing. Even if I were very right wing, I would still be an atheist. Sargon's still an atheist, right? The issue is that I do not believe God exists. That's all. $5, thank you, Garcia. It's commies on TikTok repeating their talking points and push anti-American propaganda. I don't know if you've seen the anti-gringo movement in Oaxaca, Mexico. No, I haven't. But thank you. ADHD meds are doing okay. Yeah. How often do I rewrite scripts? Only sometimes. I'll miss Dave after the move. Lives in Dev's Walls, $2. Rip. He'll still be around, of course. But like Naomi and I want our own place. You know, it's time. Dave is moving with us, but he's moving into his own location. Yeah. Hold on, my phone's going off. What's going on? Oh, Naomi's messaging me. Oh, okay. Shall we? Dom will come as well. Dom will move as well. It'll be the four of us. But they're getting their own place and we're going to have ours. Yeah, like I said, if Naomi ends up wanting kids, we'll probably have them. If she doesn't, we won't. I don't really care that much either way. I'm neutral on the idea. Dev should move to Baghdad, open an import-export business, and wear a fez. Wait. Dev will not only conscript you to your death on a clear conscience, he believes that what awaits you is a void of nothingness. Oh my god. Like, you have to be retarded to just keep saying this fucking nonsense, dude. Sargon is a key example of what we call a cultural Christian. That is someone who lives within the limits of Scripture, but doesn't believe or state that the Bible is true. That is honestly the goal for me as well.
because there's a lot of values in the Bible that I like. Not all of them, obviously, but a lot of them I do. There's a lot of good in there, but I don't believe that God actually exists, like as a being. Oh yeah, also titanium. Yeah, we're moving over to like a more salaried thing once we move to, assuming that that money continues. You don't seem particularly community motivated. I'm not. However, I also recognize that I'm pretty unique, right? Like most people need a very strong community around them. I'm pretty independent. I don't really need that, but most people do, and you know that's fine for them. Yeah, you know what? I'll start the articles. We've been hanging out for like an hour and a half, and you know what? It's fun to hang out with you guys. But let's start the articles, okay? Let's start the articles. As always, here's the P.O. box. This P.O. box will remain valid probably until about July of this year. After that, we will have moved. So please consider sending us boxes and boxes of stuff, and we'll open them up on the show. Dracus Luthos, £2. Thank you. I'm an atheist, but curious in pragmatic spiritualism. Yeah, I think I'm the same way. As always, please consider supporting the channel. You have been supporting it very nicely so far with all your super chats. But if you have Amazon Prime, you can go over to the Twitch channel, right, and drop a free sub. It comes with your Amazon Prime account. You might as well toss it over to me on Twitch. What am I lying about, Jiggy? You fucking spurg. God damn it. Anyway, please consider supporting us. Right. Insults chat after dum-dums do things. I love you guys. Yeah, listen, even though you guys are retarded, it's fine. I'm not moving to America. I wouldn't mind, but I'm not. Naomi doesn't want to go. Honestly, if it were just me, I would probably move. Or if like I can add a couple of zeros to the old paycheck. Here we go. The Justice Department is suing SpaceX for allegedly not hiring refugees and asylees. Is that what they're called? Asylees? Let's see. The Justice Department is suing SpaceX, accusing the Elon Musk founded company of discriminating against refugees and asylum seekers in the hiring process. Okay. The department alleges in the lawsuit filed Thursday that between September 2018 and May 2022, SpaceX violated the Immigration and Nationality Act by discouraging refugees and asylum recipients to apply for available positions in their marketing materials, rejecting or refusing to hire them, and hiring only U.S. citizens and permanent residents. SpaceX also falsely claimed that it could not hire non-U.S. citizens because export control laws. Hold on. When it comes to people who have asylum, aren't they U.S. permanent residents? Like that's the point of asylum, isn't it? Like there's several ways to get into a country. Like you're a visitor, like you're a tourist, then you have to leave when you're done. You can go there for school. You can go there for work, right? And they have their own status as permanent residents. You can go there as a citizen, obviously, and then you can. Let me think about it. If you're if you get asylum, like a successful asylum claim, because you've been persecuted in your home country, do you not get permanent resident status? I thought you would. I mean, to be fair, if your asylum claim is rejected, then very clearly SpaceX shouldn't be hiring you. But I don't see the problem with hiring asylum people. You know. Yeah. The point of asylum is to have somewhere to stay until you can come back to your own country once the war is over. Yeah, but there are more permanent asylum claims though, aren't there? Like if you're gay, for example, and you leave Saudi Arabia and you come to like America where you can actually be gay. I mean, the the likelihood is that you'll be in America for the rest of your life, because Saudi Arabia isn't going to become pro-gay within our lifetimes, I think. So it seems like with asylum, in that case you would just live in America and just probably end up like having kids there, and your family would be America or be American. You know what I mean? It says asylum seekers. No, it says asylum recipients. People who have received asylum already. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. So Elon Musk called the lawsuit another case of weaponization of the DOJ for political purposes. SpaceX was told repeatedly that hiring anyone who was not a permanent resident of the United States would violate international arms trafficking law, which would be a criminal offense, Elon Musk said. SpaceX builds and launches rockets, which limits its capacity to export certain technologies and software under export control laws such as the International Traffic in Arms Regulation and the Export Administration Regulation. However, asylees and refugees' permission to live and work in the United States does not expire, and they stand. I knew it didn't expire. Yeah, and they stand on equal footing with U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents over export control laws. The Department of Justice said that Elon Musk posted on Twitter, I'm going to say X, which he now owns, that U.S. law requires at least a green card to be hired at SpaceX, as rockets are considered advanced weapons technology. Read the article. It says asylum seekers. Look up. Okay, fine. Asylees. Asylum seekers. Yeah, okay, but like it also says, though, asylum recipients. So they're conflating something here, obviously. If you're gay, you live in America and have kids there. You know what I mean. There's instances where like you could move to the United States and get like adopt kids or get a surrogate or something. But like there's definitely instances in which someone could have an asylum claim that lasts their entire life, and they move to America and they have kids, and those kids are American, and then they just stay there, right? Okay. So only 1 out of 10,000 hirees was an asylee, and none were refugees. Oh. The Justice Department seeking to have SpaceX pay civil penalties. I think this is an older article that someone sent me months ago. Let's actually get an update on this. Okay. Yeah. Let's get an update on this. Yeah, this is like a 6-month-old article. Let's find the update. Justice Department is suing SpaceX. Oh. And it turns out that a few months later, SpaceX won. Here we go. Oh, shut up, Forbes. SpaceX court win could end DOJ immigrant lawsuits. A court ruling favoring SpaceX could provide companies with a powerful defense against Department of Justice immigrant-related employment discrimination lawsuits. Let's see. They are now SpaceY. Let's see. What is a schizo comment? When they're done with Trump, Musk will be next. What are you talking about, dude? Okay, so, The DOJ alleged SpaceX rejected applicants and publicized the company can only hire U.S. citizens and lawful permanent residents due to export control laws. Justice Department say that asylees and refugees are U.S. persons have the same rights as U.S. citizens. Okay. So, company brought action against Justice Department to enjoin ongoing administrative proceedings against SpaceX that are unconstitutional under binding law for multiple independent reasons. Okay, the judge agreed with SpaceX. Let's see. U.S. District Judge Rolando Olvera granted SpaceX a motion for preliminary injunction to stay DOJ's administrative proceedings against the company. Okay. I don't understand the appointments clause, to be honest. This seems like something that's more legalese for me to understand. Yeah, exactly. Like asylum recipients are legal residents. Yeah. How can the Department of Justice be wrong? Well, probably because they interpreted the law incorrectly. Like the text of the law is what's correct, not the word of the Department of Justice. You know what I mean? Yep. I don't understand what this ruling means. I thought it would be something else, but it violates some kind of appointments clause. Like I don't get it. But SpaceX won. The government will appeal to the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals. Let's see if they do. Who wants to be my Valentine? Says Sparkles. I forgot that Valentine's Day is a thing. I guess it is coming up, isn't it? What's next? South Korea passes law banning dog meat. Woof. The slaughter and sale of dogs for their meat is to become illegal in South Korea after MPs backed a new law. The legislation, set to come into force by 2027, aims to end the centuries-old practice of humans eating dog meat. Dog meat stew, called boshin tang, is considered a delicacy among some older South Koreans, but the meat has fallen out of favor with diners and is no longer popular with young people. Under the new law, the consumption of dog meat itself won't be illegal. It's just selling it will be illegal. Okay. Right. More people have pets today. Dogs are like family now, and it's not nice to eat our family. Yep. The new law focuses on dog meat trading. Those convicted of butchering dogs face up to 3 years in prison, while people found guilty of raising dogs for meat or selling dog meat can serve a maximum of 2 years. I mean, I've tried dog meat before. Sorry, but the dog eating will stop, Giga Chad. I tried it when I was in China. It's meat is meat, you know. I wouldn't try it again though. I don't think. Yeah, you can kill and cook your own dog. You just can't eat. You just can't buy the meat. Yeah. Yep. Farmers and restaurant owners will have to have 3 years to find alternative sources of employment and income before the legislation comes into force. Worst take yet. What? Ain't no way Dev ate a dog. Yes, I did. I tried some dog meat when I was in China because I was in China and I wanted to try new things. But I wouldn't try it again. I didn't have the taste for it. Okay. Hold on. South Korea has around 1,600 dog meat restaurants and 1,150 dog farms in 2023, all of which will now have to submit a plan to phase out their businesses. Well, no more dog meats, guys. Kim Seon Ho, 86. I mean, you're not going to live to see the 3 years pass, dude. We're disappointed by the ban. We've eaten this since the Middle Ages. Why stop us from eating our traditional food? If you ban dog meat, then you should ban beef. Yeah, younger people don't view it that way, though. Yeah. They're becoming more westernized, it seems. Guess what, guys? I've also tried cat meat, too. Cat's even worse. Okay. Well, that's how it is. Okay, hold on. Young people these days don't get married, so they think of pets as family, but food is food. We should accept dog meat, but raise and slaughter them in a hygienic environment. Other countries like China and Vietnam eat dogs, so why are we banning it? Old people blaming young people on having dogs as pets. I was looking forward to eating dog. Now my dreams are spoiled. It's not very good, Sparkles. It's not very good. Oh, okay. How's our best meat? Pig is overrated. I like chicken personally. I want to eat old people. Nom nom nom. I heard China eats eggs boiled in preschooler urine. There's no fucking way that's real. That's disgusting. Okay, let's continue on, shall we? Oh, yeah. Look at this. This is a politician who put his face... Vote Ken. He just put his face in the fucking Ken from the movie. Okay. I just wanted to put a little happiness in the community. This is how the artist who barbified an ACT Party campaign hoarding has described his latest brushwork. The artist hoped that turning the ACT Party leader David Seymour into a buff Ken lookalike with a headband and sleeveless denim jacket would make people smile. The sign on Cambridge Road in Taranaga, which also featured a pink Jeep and palm trees from the blockbuster Barbie movie, was a no-brainer. All the ACT signs are pink, so that was an easy one to nut out. I thought it would be fun, especially for the traffic as it's shocking in Taranaga, but it's a little bit of happiness in the community as morale is quite low at the moment. It's such a dismal time, so it's just one way to spice it up. By his own admission, the artist preferred not to muck about with politics and held no favoritism. However, he did ask for anonymity. Okay. What country is this? Okay. Taranaga MP. This sounds like Australia. Yeah. David Seymour is with a cutout of Ryan Gosling from the Barbie movie. David Seymour is still... No, it's New Zealand. And David Seymour told the New Zealand Herald, "I just love it." Usually, he despised vandalism done to campaign signs, typically consisting of black spray paint and obscene language. However, there's an exception to every rule, and this is the greatest piece of billboard vandalism I've ever seen. Oh wait, I thought this is I thought this is actually like a real thing. Like I thought this was like a real piece of artwork that the campaign made. Oh no, he vandalized his campaign artwork to make it look like this. Okay, that's fucking funny, dude. That's funny. Oh, someone made this one a Batman. That's actually really funny, dude. Oh, those Kiwis. The whole Kenergy shit is cringe as fuck. Listen, you need to be part of the Kenvolution. Batman says vote Democrat. This wildlife park parrots won't stop swearing. Especially Sheila. Whether we're going to become an adult sanctuary or not, I have no idea. So here's a parrot. And apparently they're swearing like crazy. Steve Nichols admits that his wildlife park's new plan to stop its more foul-mouthed parrots from swearing could end up backfiring. Previously, the Lincolnshire Wildlife Park in eastern England kept its parrots with penchants for profanity away from the public. Now it's decided to move its 8 expletive-laden African greys into a new public-facing enclosure alongside 92 far more polite parrots. The hope is that the family-friendly birds will rub off on their crude counterparts, and not the other way around. The idea was, let's go down the risk channel. Let's get them out and see how it goes. Whether we're going to become an adult sanctuary or not, I have no idea. So, parrots swearing, and we'll see if the non-swearing ones overpower the swearing ones in terms, because they all like mimic each other, right? It's not just that they mimic humans; they mimic each other. So, it's not uncommon to come across parrots who swear. After all, they learn it from their owners. In 2020, the park parrots sanctuary ended up taking in an unusually high volume of vulgar birds, 5 African grey parrots in 5 days, all surrendered by owners who dropped them off with a warning about their colorful language. One apologetic woman tried to blame her husband for teaching the parrot to curse, he said. But African greys, he says, don't just mimic words, they also match the precise pitch. So they not only say the word, they say it in your voice. And while we were doing the paperwork, the parrot just happened to swear, and it swore in the lady's voice. She went quite red when she heard it and realized that she had been caught. It wasn't her husband, it was her. Oh, that's funny. It's like a voice log you find in the ruins in an RPG. New arrivals always spend 45 days in a quarantine space before joining the other parrots. And the birds, it turns out, they were bad influences on each other. I was working in the office next door to the quarantine station. I could hear the language, and I genuinely thought it was some of our volunteers for the charity, and I thought, I better go ahead and tell them to calm it down a bit. When I walked in, I was actually quite shocked to find that there were no people. It was just parrots in there. So Nichols has declined to repeat the birds' body language on the radio, but said that one of their favorite phrases begins with an F and ends with an F. That's funny, dude. I know Sargon, he was like visiting his parents a few weeks ago for Christmas, I think, and his parents have parrots. So he was like sitting in the parrot room doing D&D, and there was like parrots on his shoulder talking. That's funny, dude. What's next? Traces of fentanyl and meth linger on Seattle public transit, says the study finds. Dude, do not go on public transit in fucking Seattle. Researchers are recommending upgrading air filters on buses and trains after finding trace amounts of fentanyl and methamphetamine on public transit. Okay, let's skip the big picture stuff. Oh, no, never mind. That's the whole article. Okay. The big picture. Public health officials say that the drug levels weren't high enough to pose a risk to the public, but the long-term effects on drivers working in such conditions haven't been thoroughly studied. Transit agencies have reported frequent illegal drug use on buses and trains, which some drivers have feared is compromising their health from secondhand exposure. The University of Washington researchers collected dozens of samples from 11 buses and 19 trains across 5 Pacific Northwest transit agencies, including TriMet in Portland, King County Metro in Seattle, and Sound Transit, which serves the was it Puget Sound region? Puget Sound. Researchers found small levels of meth in all 78 air samples taken. They also found meth in 100 of 102 surface samples they collected. Fentanyl was detected in a quarter of the air samples and nearly half of the samples taken from surfaces. That's fucking wild, dude. Holy shit. Just because we can measure it in the lab does not necessarily mean it's at a level that can pose a health risk to operators or riders, says Marissa Baker, a UW assistant professor of environmental and occupational health sciences who co-led the assessment. At the same time, Baker told reporters at a press conference Thursday that there isn't a lot of research as to what levels may cause health effects and how much and after how much time. Neither Washington, Oregon, nor the federal government have enforceable standards for what level of fentanyl or meth exposure is appropriate in the workplace. With that in mind, the researchers recommend controlling exposure to the lowest level that is reasonably achievable. This means adopting enhanced cleaning protocols and upgrading air filtration systems on the transit. You could also arrest the fucking druggies. Fuck, dude. Imagine, like, I'm gonna take the bus today. You go on, get yourself a nice juicy fentanyl habit. Fuck. That's fucking wild. Adult diaper spa raises a stink in Atkinson. Here it is. Out of this home, someone is running an adult diaper spa. A new diaper spa and a bed and breakfast that invites adults to wear diapers in a nursery-like atmosphere while engaging in services described as therapeutic is drawing concern from residents of the quiet community. The diaper spa at 23 Pope Road is advertised as a physician-run diaper salon and serves all diaper-wearing individuals who seek acceptance, respite, and care. Miss Sparkles, who wants to join me at the diaper spa? Okay. A business filing with the New Hampshire Secretary of State's office was rejected. The same filing shows spa owner Colleen Ann Murphy created the business in December of 2023, and it's categorized by the state as a healthcare and social assistance business. Atkinson Police Chief Tim Crowley said the business may already be operating. Crowley says he believes its owner is in the process of applying for, or has already applied for, a business license with the town. Town Administrator John Apple could not confirm if the business had submitted an application to the town. He could not provide further comment. Messages for Murphy were not immediately returned. At the time of the publication of the story, the Eagle Tribune was unable to get a copy of their application if that had been filed. Okay. Advertised services at the diaper spa include a free 30-minute call with the resident diaper doctor, Dr. Murphy. Hold on. That would be Colleen Ann Murphy, yes. Okay. Colleen Ann Murphy of the diaper spa. Let's look up this fucking name. Who is this Colleen Ann Murphy person? That's an obituary for a woman named Colleen. Did she die? Hold on. Colleen Murphy is a PhD on the American Board of Sexology. Okay. Diaper. I'll put fucking diaper in the search. Oh, she says that she claims to run the spa to help for abuse sufferers. Where's the woman, though? Like, I found a picture of her when I searched, but I can't get access to it. Like, it seems like here she is here. When I click on it. Yeah. All right. Okay, so the resident diaper doctor, Doc Murphy, get a free 30-minute call to connect to discuss services and a spa-like nursery experience for the little one inside of you, providing a warm, safe, and nurturing environment while you indulge in relaxation for about $350 per hour. Virtual and Zoom play dates for personalized care and interactive sessions for the comfort of your own home, or $200 an hour. A live telephone call with the doctor is $150 hourly, and texting with her is $100 per hour. More expensive services range from $500 per hour to $1,700 for a 24-hour diaper B&B. So, the area described the neighborhood is described as largely residential and the vicinity of senior living apartments, a 55-plus residential community, and single-family homes. It's a very nice neighborhood. So people are concerned this is happening in their neighborhood. The house at 23 Pope Road is a 4-bedroom, 4-bathroom home, measuring just under 6,000 square feet. It last sold October 24th, 2022 for $1.25 million. While the business is unusual for a quiet town, there are no violations of the law at this time. So, oh yeah, the diaper spa is a half-mile away from Woodlock Park. So people are posting about families and their children. Oh yeah, the diaper spa lists access to nearby trails as an amenity. We have a trail practically from the backyard leading along a pond and a private walk to a fun park all year. Some of the neighbors are describing the business as a sexual fetish business, and there are field trips to the local playground advertised on the spa's website. So I guess they will bring these adults who are acting as kids down to the local park. That's right. Murphy is a doctor of medicine who is a board-certified diplomate and certified sexologist by the American Board of Sexology. Yeah. The American Board of Sexology is an association that provides professional standards and guidelines to the sexology community. It certifies practitioners that meet the requirements of a sexology certification training program. And Murphy is an independent artist, creative collaborator, integrative medical physician, intimacy and relationship coach, and a sex therapist. So, yeah. You can have a little friend's play date where you can hang out with a little. A little, by the way, is an adult who acts like a child. So, yeah. Please let this be a normal field trip, says Arnold from the Magic School Bus. Oh, so here's this person on Psychology Today. She is an LGBTQIA plus, kink plus, sex plus therapist. I specialize in helping those walking their own path, including consensual non-monogamous relationships such as polyamory, open relationships, swingers, etc., LGBTQ plus, kink, BDSM, sex, and erotic workers. I enjoy helping people find their own voice. I love to support people as they strengthen their sense of identity, explore boundaries, and learn consent. Resolving trauma, grief, or shame can be an extremely important part of our work process. Whatever you choose for us to actively work on together improves your interpersonal relationships and every other aspect. I want to empower you to embrace your entire potential. We can do this together. I am waiting for you. I have sliding scale fees to make this your reality. You feel the bond. Let's make this happen. Now come on over to the Diaper Doctor location, where you can take a big stinky shit into a diaper, and I'll clean it up for you, baby. So, the adult diaper spa, guys. How do you feel about it? How do you feel about it? Imagine being in massive college debt to study how to be a prostitute for fetishist. Oh, God. Fucking clown world, guys. Okay. Microsoft AI suggests a food bank as a cannot-miss tourist spot in Canada. Oops. So, Microsoft's travel section posted an AI-generated article about the cannot-miss attractions of Ottawa that includes the Ottawa Food Bank. Microsoft's AI model wrote, "Consider going into the food bank on an empty stomach." Headed to Ottawa? Here's what you shouldn't miss. Okay, hold on. Let's see here. Is there an archive of this? Let's take a look at it. The Dollar Meat Store. That's in Vancouver. Okay. Headed to Ottawa? Here's what you shouldn't miss. By the way, Ottawa's a nice city, okay? I like Ottawa, okay? I like it here. Okay, listen. Okay. Hold on. Hold on. There's actually a bunch of decent stuff. The Byward Market's actually quite nice. All right. The Canadian Tulip Festival is excellent. The Winterlude, I've been to the Winterlude Festival. It's a great festival. There's amazing stuff. All right. So look at this. In Ottawa, you will find some beautiful attractions that you just cannot miss. Places like the Winterlude Festival, the National War Memorial, and the Ottawa Food Bank. Okay. The Ottawa Food Bank. The organization has been collecting, purchasing, producing, and delivering food to needy people and families in the Ottawa area since 1984. We observe how hunger impacts men, women, and children on a daily basis and how it may be a barrier to achievement. People who come to us have jobs and families to support, as well as expenses to pay. Life is already difficult enough. Consider going to it on an empty stomach. Dude. What the fuck, dude? Like, here's actual, like, places in Ottawa you can visit, right? But why is... And by the way, the Byward Market is a nice market, by the way. It is a nice market. But you know what? Why the fuck is the Ottawa Food Bank on here? Okay, dude. The Ottawa Food Bank. Yep. The article is credited to Microsoft Travel and is likely the product of a large language model, type of AI model trained on a vast scrape of text found on the internet. Yep. So it's just AI fucking nonsense. Yep. What's next? Oh yeah, that's right. I don't know anything about science. Maybe you guys can fill me in on this, but I think it's important. 2 Chinese labs are working on replicating an LK99 appear to have found a room temperature superconductor. At first blush, here's what's different. It's more like room temperature than room temperature. The paper says 250 Kelvin, which is like minus 10 Fahrenheit or minus 23 Celsius. That's still huge if true, because we can get things that cold with liquid nitrogen. We have actually discovered a superconductor at this temperature before, but it was at high pressure. This paper says that it's potentially superconductive at an ambient normal pressure. It has already replicated, with 2 separate labs in China confirming the results. Last and the big question was, will it replicate? Copper substituted lead apatite below room temperature. We observe diametric demagnetization. Okay, so a superconductor. Oh, this was debunked already? It was impurities in a similar looking effect? Oh, that sucks. Rip. Was it debunked? Here, hold on. Let's see. There's a new superconductor out of China. I think. I'm just skimming it real quick. I don't want to read this whole fucking thing. Was it actually debunked? Chinese, yeah, it's fake. Well, maybe some Western sources will be able to replicate it, you know? Oh, Sabine Hofstadter did a video on it. Oh, what did she think? I generally trust her stuff. It's pretty good. I'm going to grumble about it. The Chinese are like, we invented a superconductor that'll solve all our problems as they build tons of coal plants. Well, okay then. I guess that's that. Oh yeah, check this shit out. A Dutch artist pays off his student debt by selling a tapestry about his student debt. Well, there we go. An artist who was carrying a student debt of almost 46,000 euros can now pay off much of it thanks to a tapestry he made about the life of a student in debt. He was allowed to hang his work in the Dordrecht Museum, which announced that the piece was sold for 45,879 euros. The price was non-negotiable. The price tag was he set the price tag equal to his student debt as a protest against the loan system that he had to use. He cannot fully pay off his debt because he has to pay tax on the sale, but he's very happy. This is, of course, what I'd hoped for, but when I heard the news, I was really speechless. It still feels very unreal. The tapestry is called Eigen Schuld, which can be translated as either own debt, but also own fault. It was his graduation project from Applied Sciences Arts University, where he studied illustration. Among the elements depicted is a Dutch lion holding a dangerous sword. The artist used that to express his feeling that he still owed the state a great deal. The museum identified the buyers as art dealers Joke van Veen, 75 years old, and Jap Versti, 69 years old. We bought the tapestry in the first place because we think it's a good work of art. It is innovative and visually is strong. In addition, the social theme of the work, the consequences of student debt and the social loan system, strongly appeals to us. Is this just like more old people laundering their money? Yeah. So here's the artwork. There it is. This tells the story of student debt. Well, there we go. Someone's getting scammed here. I don't know who, but someone got scammed. Laura Lynch of the Dixie Chicks has died at 65 years old in a head-on Texas car crash. Damn. George Bush finally got his revenge, eh? Okay. How many of you get that joke? I know she died. It's a sad situation, I know. But how many of you guys get the joke? How many of Zoomers wouldn't get it. The Dixie Chicks came out against the war in Iraq back in the day, and they were like utterly fucking destroyed. Okay, hold on. Yeah, the public feud of the Dixie Chicks versus George Bush back in like 2004 or something. No, 2003 was a big fucking deal. Here we go. In March 2003. Yeah, this went viral back in 2003, guys. March into that, viral is different back then than it is now, but still, it was a big fucking deal on the internet. March 2003, the American country band the Dixie Chicks publicly criticized President George W. Bush, triggering a backlash. At a concert in London during their Top of the World tour, the lead singer said that they did not support the imminent invasion of Iraq, and they were ashamed to be from Texas. Yep. There was a backlash from American country listeners who were mostly right wing, and they supported the war. The Dixie Chicks were blacklisted by many country radio stations, received death threats, and were criticized by many country traditions. Yeah. So basically, this was what we would call nowadays right wing canceling, right? They decided to go after the Dixie Chicks for their public statements about the Iraq War. Right wingers like fucking just destroyed them. Quick, Dev, explain the joke more. It's just making it funnier and funnier. I just realized that this meme is actually 20 years old because I am a fucking old man at this point. Like I think I was in like high school or some shit when this was happening. But like, this is an old fucking meme, dude. And I realize that most of you youngsters in the chat don't even get it. Anyway, Laura Lynch, a founding member of the Dixie Chicks band, has died in a Texas car crash. R.I.P. She was killed instantly in a head-on collision on Friday by an oncoming car attempting to pass another on an undivided highway near El Paso. RIP. She was pronounced dead at the scene. On Spotify, they're just the Chicks. Wait, that's not canceling. No one harassed the Dixie Chicks. What are you fucking talking about, Cassandra? What are you fucking talking about? What do you mean? I got it, Dev. I'm old too. The driver of the other vehicle was taken to a hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Damn, she just got fucking smoked. In a statement posted to Instagram, the band, now known as The Chicks, remembered Lynch. We are shocked and saddened to learn of the passing of Laura Lynch, a founding member of The Chicks. We hold a special place in our hearts for the time that we spent playing music, laughing, and traveling together. Laura was a bright light. Her infectious energy and humor gave a spark to the early days of our band. Laura had a gift for design, a love of all things Texas. Wait, what are they saying? Okay, whatever. Fine. Her undeniable talents helped propel us beyond busking on street corners and stages all across Texas and the Midwest. Our thoughts are with her family and loved ones at this time. Yep. Was Bush a kind of iPhone? What the fuck you? Well, there we go, guys. R.I.P. R.I.P. A Dallas apartment evicts tenant, throwing his belongings into the dumpster, But it was the wrong unit. Oops. It's a big old oops. A Deep Ellum man says everything he and his daughter own was thrown into a dumpster after the management of his apartment building said they accidentally ordered maintenance to clean out his rental. Well, that's fucking bullshit, isn't it? Turns out apartment management had the wrong unit number, and now the man says that he's out tens of thousands of dollars. But the building management argues he never should have been living there to begin with. What? What the fuck? After Johnny Abney spent years building a life for himself and his 9-year-old daughter, everything they own is gone. Clothing items, all my groceries. They cleaned out my refrigerator full of groceries, right down to the shower curtain. The items weren't stolen. They were thrown in the dumpster by order of the management at the Hamilton, the high-end mid-rise apartment building where Abney lived in the Deep Ellum neighborhood of Dallas. They came to my door and cleaned everything out from my clothes to my daughter's clothes, my toothbrush, bathing items, pretty much left me with nothing. It's all in a police report Abney filed when he returned home from work in late July to find his apartment door unlocked and the contents cleared out. According to the report's narrative, a leasing agent on site said there was a misunderstanding, and maintenance accidentally cleared out Abney's unit, instead of a unit next door where a tenant was being evicted. All of Abney's belongings had been thrown out in the dumpster hours earlier and had been picked over by other residents. RIP. Not only did they put my stuff out, they watched people take my property all day. Property management offered to get what they could from the trash and return it to Abney's unit. He said they even had that stained mattress professionally cleaned, but most of his and his daughter's stuff was gone. Much of what did make it back from the dumpster was damaged. They told me it was a mistake. They apologized. They were overly apologetic. Let us know if anything's missing. But that quickly took a turn. Abney recorded a conversation he had with one of the leasing agents, who was quick to point out that his apartment in which he and his daughter lived was leased by his ex-girlfriend, who had since moved out of the state. Abney was subletting without permission, and even though receipts provided to Fox 4 by an attorney for the Hamilton show Abney paid the nearly $3,000 in rent each month, any direct discussion about making him whole was off the table. We are binded by law. We cannot discuss anything with you or anybody who is not on the lease. According to this lawsuit Abney has now filed against the property management company, they gave him 24 hours to fill out his own rental application or face eviction. I've already lost my property, he said. Now you're trying to kick me off the property with no resolve? The eviction notice was posted on his nowhere 24 hours later. So the rent was paid in full. There was no reason to go into his apartment. There was no reason to throw anything away, said his lawyer. The apartment building didn't know what they threw all that stuff away, whose stuff it was, whether it was the person's at lease or his. So they are now going to court. And good. Because it's fucking ridiculous, dude. It's fucking ridiculous. How often does mistakes like we demolished the wrong house actually happen? Not that often. Because if it does, you will get fucked. You will get absolutely fucked, dude. Hootie and the Blowfish frontman, Darius Rucker, has been caught with marijuana and psychedelic pills before his arrest. You know what? I understand. If I was the front man for Hootie and the fucking Blowfish, I'd be getting high every day too. Darius Rucker was allegedly caught with marijuana and psychedelic pills before his arrest. Okay. He was in possession of the substances nearly a year ago on February 19th, and he finally turned himself in on Thursday. Oh, okay. So he's been wanted for a year for this shit. Okay. They pulled him over last February because he had expired tags. They smelled weed coming from his vehicle. The officers claim they smelled weed coming from his vehicle. Wait, I'm in the industry. Everyone's been going crazy over this. They've been going crazy over the Hootie and the Blowfish thing? Really? I mean, okay. Officers claim they smelled weed coming from the vehicle, although Rucker reportedly replied no when asked if he had smoked that night. He did, however, allegedly admit that he may have smoked in his car the day prior. Cops searched the car. They found what they expect to be a THC pen along with 14 unmarked purple pills, which Hootie and the Blowfish frontman allegedly claimed were given to him by his girlfriend Summer. Okay. After an officer told Rucker that he would pat him down, he handed him a small marijuana blunt from his pocket. The officers released him without charges, pending identification of the pills, which is standard procedure for this type of offense. So, the police tested the pills and identified them as psilocin, a Schedule 1 controlled substance similar to psilocybin or magic mushrooms. Yep. Smoke weed every day. That's how it is, guys. Yep. Celebrity found with drugs has the same energy as an athlete found working out. Yeah, exactly, right? Like, of course. So, they issued a warrant for his arrest in December of 2023. The case is still active, and any documents related to the case are not public record at this time. So he apparently turned himself in. There he is, dude, on his Hollywood Walk of Fame star. There he is. Yeah. Yeah, these are just like misdemeanor charges. It's just like whatever, but still. It's kind of funny, you know? Man working for Deloitte praises Hitler in his LinkedIn post. Then he apologizes and deletes the account after receiving backlash. Let's read this post that he got fired for. This is from Nirab Mehrotra, a guy from India. Okay. Friday inspiration. Recently, I picked up a book on Adolf Hitler called The Dark Charisma of Adolf Hitler by Lawrence Rees. I always wanted to read about Hitler and the World War II, and this book gave me a fair understanding about these topics. Although this book narrated a lot of stories about Hitler and how he become the Chancellor of Germany, if you search him on Google, it will say he was an autocratic leader, very egocentric, unempathetic, ruthless, aggressive, tough-minded. In fact, many people believed that he was a psycho and needed a medical assistant. One of his key personality traits was that he couldn't tolerate any discussion, debate, or argument, and he used to get annoyed if anybody interrupted or tried to deliberate on any topic with him. He lived most of his life alone, never allowed anyone to get closer to him, had no family or friends either. However, there are several charismatic qualities he had, and we should all learn from him. Some of the imperative qualities of Hitler were 1. Charismatic visionary, 2. Magnetic speaker, 3. Extremely confident, 4. Very intellectual, 5. Massive action taker. I remember reading one of the chapters where author narrated that people used to gather in huge number to listen to him, cheer for him, follow his orders. People used to enjoy his energetic and patriotic speeches and his pure intention for great Germany. Morale. Everyone on this planet Earth has some good and some not so good qualities. It is totally on us how we use these qualities to influence our own and others' life around us. As the Nazis' salute says, Heil Hitler. Would you like to add anything about Adolf Hitler? Hashtag people, hashtag inspiration, hashtag leader, hashtag Adolf Hitler. Dude. I mean, he's not wrong, but this is the kind of thing that would get your entire fucking life destroyed, isn't it? Okay. Oh, I don't want to fucking subscribe to see this article. Okay, I'll see if I can find like another version of it. Nope. Painter, musician, politician, truly a jack of all trades. Yeah, India has a very different view of the Nazis. like there's some Indian spiritualists who have placed the Nazis in their Hindu mythology because of the use of the swastika and some of their like spiritualism. That like Hitler actually has like a spiritual place as some of their prophecies. Here we go, found it. So yeah, they view this very differently than we do. Okay. People often air. Hold on, gotta pause this real quick. Okay. People often air their personal views in social media, but it can prove to be problematic if netizens see them as bigoted, dude. Hold on. Fuck. Hold on. A man who reportedly works with Deloitte, a leading global provider of audit and assurance account consulting, found himself under scrutiny for a LinkedIn post in which he eulogized Adolf Hitler. So, this is an aspiring LinkedIn influencer. Wait, can you even be a LinkedIn influencer? Okay. He's an aspiring LinkedIn influencer who wrote his job title on the website as an associate director, risk advisory at Deloitte, in a post he titled Friday Inspiration. He wrote about the charismatic qualities of Hitler. Yep, we're not going to read the whole thing again. So, here's the replies. So what if he gassed to death locks upon locks of small children, women, and men? We all must hail Hitler as he was so charismatic, intellectual, and a massive action taker. Dangerous thoughts made visible, revealing. They are personal until things get real. For those who are commenting, personal views, nothing to do with his workplace. I have a question. Is the mindset like a garment you can leave at home before going to office? Why should his employers not know who his idols are and how he doesn't know the difference between whatever? Okay, yeah, people cancel him basically. People fucking cancel him. Okay, people were canceling him. People were canceling this guy. Right? He said he wrote an apology post. He said he had no intention of hurting anyone's feelings. You should have been more careful. It would not write anything about such personalities in the future. He further asked for forgiveness and for the broader LinkedIn community to continue our growth journey with full force. Yep. He has deleted his LinkedIn account. RIP. Oh, and also he was fired from Deloitte. RIP. Yep. He has been fired. RIP. Here's the thing, right? Like, this type of image here, okay? You could see people writing this about various world leaders that were, kind of authoritarian, but had some good qualities. You could definitely see this post being written about somebody else, right? But to do it about Hitler, like, I don't know what this guy fucking expected. I don't know what this guy fucking... I don't know, dude. Okay. I mean, I also don't like this because I don't think you should be fired from your job for your private political views. So I don't like this happen, but it is really fucking funny. Okay. Here's what Biden really says about Trump behind closed doors. Ooh. What? Zoom in. You fucking... Here we go. Okay. President Joe Biden has a reputation for salty language behind closed doors, but it nearly slipped out in public during his speech at Valley Forge last month to mark the third anniversary of the January 6th insurrection. Animated and angry, he derided Donald Trump and his followers for drawing glee from political violence. At his rally, he jokes about an intruder whipped up by the big Trump lie, taking a hammer to Paul Pelosi's skull. And he thinks that's funny. He laughed about it. What a sick... Biden let his voice trail off as the crowd cheered and chuckled. Okay. In private, he doesn't stop short. The president has described Trump to longtime friends and close aides as a sick fuck who delights in others' misfortune, according to 3 people who have heard the president use the profane description. According to one of the people who has spoken with the president, Biden recently said of Trump, "What a fucking asshole that guy is." The White House declined to comment because, of course, they would. Yeah. I mean, I don't really care too much because Trump calls everyone everything publicly. So if Trump's going to get like hurt over this, it's kind of dumb, isn't it? The epithets may cut against the image that Biden often projects as someone eager to take down the level of incivility and acrimony in politics, but they also illustrate a core anger he's developed towards the man he ousted from office and may very well face again. Biden has long been troubled by what he perceives as Trump's encouragement of political violence, which the incumbent believes is a direct threat to the nation's democracy and is deeply un-American, according to the three people familiar with his private conversations, who were all granted anonymity to describe them. His disgust with Trump has never been a secret, but has only grown in recent months, as the former president tightens his grip on the GOP nomination. The Trump campaign chided Biden for his remarks. It's a shame that crooked Joe Biden disrespects the presidency both publicly and privately. But then again, it's no surprise he disrespects the 45th president the same way he disrespects the American people with his failed policies. Listen, dude. Okay, this is copium. This is fucking copium, dude, because Trump's out here calling everyone names. What's the fucking difference, dude? He will Biden blast him? The Biden blast. Biden believes Trump has grown only more loathsome with time. To be honest, he kind of has, I think. The ex-president's jokes about the attack on Paul Pelosi, the 83-year-old husband of former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, particularly gall Biden. A hammer-wielding man was radicalized by right-wing theories. It wasn't just right-wing theories, also left ones, but fine. Broke into the Pelosi family's San Francisco home in October 2022 looking for the former speaker. He attacked her husband, fracturing his skull. In the aftermath of the assault, a series of salacious rumors about the encounter took hold on the hard right, with Trump uses laugh lines for his rallies. We'll stand up to crazy Nancy Pelosi, who has ruined San Francisco. How's her husband doing? Anybody know? Jesus. Like, that's fucking heartless. And she's against building a wall at our border, even though she has a wall around her house, which obviously didn't do a very good job. I mean, da-da-da-da-da. Like, it's funny memes, but it's still pretty heartless. Hey, Flamenco, what's up? Yep, Paul Pelosi's attacker was convicted. That's true, yeah. Biden's fury has also been triggered, according to people who spoke to him, by accounts of Trump cheering on the January 6th rioters from the comfort of his private dining room off the Oval Office. In addition, Trump's declaration that there were fine people on both sides of the racist clashes in Charlottesville, Virginia. That was actually a true one, though. There were fine people on both sides. There was also just bad people on both sides, too. As well as his warm words towards Vladimir Putin have been known to set off the president. Damn. Biden grew particularly incensed by reports of Trump refusing to visit a military cemetery in the rain, and by stories that he has mocked the sacrifices of fallen American soldiers. Biden believes his son, Beau, died of brain cancer that developed after being exposed to burn pits while serving in Iraq. And, as with the case of the Valley Forge speech, his fury on this front has spilled out into public view, including last weekend in South Carolina. Trump's referred to those heroes, and I quote, as suckers and losers. He actually said that. How dare he say that? How dare he talk about my son and all like that? Look, I call them patriots and heroes. The only loser I see is Donald Trump. Well, there we go. $5 from C. Thomas Peasant. The irony of Biden crying about violence while his party has been backing violent leftist thugs for years. Yeah, dude. The shit about, what was it? The shit about, like, the anti was just an idea. That was retarded. Biden was just wrong about that, right? Yeah, Biden just wrong about that. But let's be honest here. Yeah, Trump's pretty shitty, guys. You can't fucking deny it. You can't fucking deny it. Also, I saw more copium in the chat about this. Where was it? Yeah. Someone's like, there was no insurrection. That's just cope. It's fucking cope. Tricky Mario, $5. Thank you. That Robert E. Lee statue in Charlottesville was melted down last year. Yeah, it's dumb. You shouldn't be taking down old statues. Fake news. Biden could never speak this coherently. Okay, hold on.
Hold on a second, guys. Hold on a second.
Give me a moment, friendos. Give me a moment. Oh, dude. Oh, ow, 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 ow. That hurt. Okay. I'm trying to look for a certain thing here. Yeah, so January 6th insurrection, like there was like a few guys in there who were like, they were going hardcore, but like it was mainly a riot, right? But the coup was not the riot outside. The coup was what Trump tried to do legally. That was the problem, right? That was the issue here. You're trying to look for your last brain cell? Stop being a fucking retard, you copoid. What the media says about Trump, I believe the exact opposite because they are proven liars. Here, you know what? Give me a second. Because now you've basically proven me correct. Here, I said this on the Archcast yesterday, okay? And I'll say it again today because I'm right. Because I am correct, okay? Where the fuck is it? Where the fuck is it? Was it this one? Give me a minute. Give me a second. Hold on. Come on, headphones. Turn on. I can't find it. Oh, here it is. I think I found it now. Okay. Okay. Listen. Okay, I found it. Okay. I said this on the Archcast yesterday. I'll say it again, and I have proof ready this time. So, Scrump on a video on somebody's channel. I think was he talking to Academic Agent? I forget which one it was. It doesn't matter. Might have been Oozloo, might have been AA. I don't remember who. But he said that he wanted to go back. He wanted to go back and collect all of my old takes to show that I've betrayed all of my principles and that I've swung far left and that I've backstabbed everyone. Okay? And that I'm the problem, all right? And that I've radicalized. Now I'm a communist, okay? Okay? So I would love it if he actually did that. Because that would be that would go so fucking poorly for him. And let me show you guys how, okay? Here. This is from a video that I call about fake news that I did, okay? I'm doing this right now, delete. You have to deal with it. Okay. This is a video I did in 2017, okay? Look at this. Originally aired January 20th, 2017. What is this, 7 years ago? 7 fucking years ago, guys? Let's see how much that I've changed. Here, I'll play a bit of the video here, okay? I'll play like the final few minutes.
fails to trust them, and why the public is failing to come to their defense after they've been attacked by the President of the United States. And the only answer is because you guys have done this to yourself. Trump's attacks on CNN be considered the baby...
Terrible, terrible dream. Also, you're not dead and you haven't...
First of all, I sound like very young in this video compared to now. Oh my god. 7 years ago. It's taken a toll to my voice.
Gone to hell. This is your life now. This is our election now. This is us. This is our country.
The social media's response to all of this, of course, has still been to paint Trump as dictator-in-chief. Even those who CNN and others spent the entire election peddling a pro-Hillary bias. They still feel that any move that Trump wishes to make against the media...
Sorry. Yeah, I'll turn it up.
Social media's response to all of this, of course, has still been to paint Trump as dictator-in-chief. Even those who fully admit that CNN and others spent the entire election peddling a pro-Hillary bias, they still feel that any move that Trump wishes to make against the media, like broadening libel laws or calling out specific news organizations in public, or disbanding the White House press corps, are steps towards a dictatorship in America. And believe it or not, they're not wrong. The press is a key component of holding elected officials, including the president, accountable for their actions.
So look, 7 years ago, all right? 7 years ago, I said that Trump's attacks against the media are actually a problem because the press is meant to hold politicians accountable. So, like, where is me changing? Where is me going back on my principles? I said this 7 years ago, guys.
And attacks on the press by the government do actually undermine the press as an essential check on government power. During the establishment of an actual dictatorship, 3 important events must happen in quick succession. 1. The disarmament of the public in order to prevent violent uprising. 2. The extreme restriction of the free travel of citizens, especially to leave the nation. And 3. Either the destruction of or the governmental control of the media in order to suppress opposing points of view and circulate propaganda. Could Trump's attacks on CNN be considered the baby beginning steps of the third event? Absolutely. But the real problem here is that the media allowed themselves to become a legitimate target not only in the eyes of Trump, but in the eyes of the common person by acting in such a ridiculously unprofessional fashion. CNN maintained an obvious ugly bias, and they're being punished for it. It's a very bad thing that the president is exercising his power to attack a news organization. It's even worse that the organization actually deserves it. I want to make it clear,
this is the thing, right? It's like, what Trump is doing is bad, but the media has acted so inappropriately that they actually do deserve to be punished. And that was the problem. And this, okay, I've been saying this whole time. I've been saying this whole time, guys. I've been saying this whole fucking time. I don't know why all of you rightoids decided to sub to me when you must have known this entire time I'm a liberal. I've always been a liberal. All right?
Bernie guy, and I landed in the Never Hillary camp after Bernie got cheated out of the nomination. I'm actually very neutral towards Trump, but I do...
Yeah, see, so, yeah, this is, you know what, this is actually one thing where I have actually changed. Yeah, I'm not a Bernie guy, all right? I think I was a bit too ignorant when I was a Bernie guy back then, for sure. Definitely. Liberal supremacist Giga Chad. Yes! Yes. And also, I no longer believe that Bernie got cheated either. Yeah.
I do believe that he has it in him to be an awful president. In other words, I expect somebody like Trump to do something bad like attack the press. What I don't expect is the media to behave so badly, so consistently, for such a long period of time that Trump's best course of action is to attack them for it. In simpler terms, and I know that this isn't an exactly accurate analogy, but I think it works, I expect the devil to act evil. But it's a whole other ballgame when the angel decides to act evil too. The press's job is to speak truth to power, and not in that ridiculous punching up way that SJWs think. They have a clear, important role
the
in
SJWs.
society.
I miss them
fulfilling
sometimes.
That role means maintaining the trust of the public, and maintaining the trust of the public means being objective and professional. But a lot of the news media today is no longer objective or professional. Some of them even flaunt just how far they've missed the mark. And they now wonder why the public fails to trust them, and why the public is failing to come to their defense after they've been attacked by the President of the United States. And the only answer is because you guys have done this to yourself. When the mainstream media decided to ditch journalistic ethics, the public decided to ditch mainstream media. Keep in mind, we've already seen this happen on a much smaller scale. When Gamergate went down.
Yeah! Gamergate, guys.
Remember the people who based their entire movement on journalistic ethics? Remember how the people who were found to have been acting unethically deflected all of that professional criticism by calling their entire user base misogynists? Remember how publications and even individual...
Hold on, so here's the thing, yeah. I guess we do change our political views as we age. Here's the thing. Nang Ung, how do you pronounce her name? What's going on here is that my political views haven't changed. The information that I have has changed. But you can see I still have the same core ethics, all right? I still have the same core values that are guiding my judgment. I just have different information now. All right. Like my actual values have not changed. Single player Carl, $2. The true backstabs are the friends we made along the way. Thanks, Carl. $5 from Stug. The good old days. You know, the first video I watched of yours was why capitalism is success. Oh, awesome, dude. That's great. That's a long time. Yeah. Okay. So hold on. Let's keep listening.
term, began bleeding money, with some of them actually going under.
And
the regressive left knows this. They always knew Gamergate was about ethics and journalism, which is why they ultimately decided that the term ethics and journalism was racist and sexist. And this is where going down that road has ultimately led us. People who have legitimate problems with how journalists and news outlets currently behave are bigots. There is no other option, no other label within pop culture for these people to inhabit. They would rather understand that the media is pissing on them and calling it rain, even if that means being labeled a deplorable, when the alternative is accepting corruption. And then, with ethical standards out the window in favor of pushing an ideology, all it takes is one guy with a narcissistic streak and the presidency in his pocket to turn the Fourth Estate, one of the cornerstones of modern democracy, into a smoldering wreck.
And that is what Trump did. I called it 7 years ago, guys. This idea that I've changed, or that somehow I've betrayed my principles, no. This has always been who I am. This has always been who I am.
Here's a great way to look at it. The balance of power between the presidency and the press is a tug of war, with each party meant to rein in the other when one goes too far. But the press decided to stop tugging, and then complained when Trump pulled them so hard that they fell flat in their faces. That's what fake news actually is, and that's why it's extremely dangerous to democracy. The press has ceased to function in their much-needed capacity of holding our elected officials' feet to the fire, and instead has devoted their time to pushing an ideological narrative. At the end of the day, it is about ethics and journalism. It always has been about ethics and journalism, right on down from Zoe Quinn and her ex all the way up to the highest office of the United States of America. And until the regressive left realizes this, they will continue to enable Trump's meteoric rise. Let me leave you with this. One day, Trump's going to have an actual scandal come up. Not rape allegations that materialize out of thin air, not locker room talk about grabbing him by the pussy, not hiring hookers to piss on Obama's bed in Moscow, but an actual, legitimate scandal. Something that should completely disqualify him from sitting in the president's chair. And you know what? No one's gonna give a shit. Nobody's gonna believe the media anymore when they run with the most desperate, most pathetic fake news pieces to somehow hinder the Donald. Everybody's gonna be desensitized to hearing Trump doing something ridiculous all day, every day. And whatever this scandal will be, Trump will get away with it. Scot-fucking-free, because the news media has spent the last few years crying wolf so much that nobody's gonna believe them. Which, hey, means that I now have the freedom to report on this new story that I've...
So yeah, I was right! Guess what? That's what happened, all right? Every single one of you who is in here saying, I don't think Trump actually intended to overthrow the election, guys, and I don't trust any source that tells me otherwise. I'm just going to discount them all. The thing that I predicted happened. I said this in 2017, and you guys did it. All right? So, I fucking called it. And not only did I call it, you can see I've consistently been a liberal this whole time. All right? This idea that I'm some sort of like crypto rightoid because I make fun of what we now call woke people, what we called back then the SJWs, that somehow I'm like this hard right guy? Fuck no. So yeah, I was right. I was correct. And not only was I correct, I saw it. I saw it coming 3 years away. The media played a huge role in this mess. Oh, absolutely, Chicken Mario. Absolutely, dude. The media played a huge role in this mess for sure. Because they were like, okay, here's the thing. They were screaming over nothing in 2017. Trump had not done a single fucking thing wrong. And they were losing their minds. And they had full-on Trump derangement syndrome for like 4 years, dude. And then, when Trump actually did try to illegally stay in power and overturn the results of the election, by then, no one trusted the media anymore. Because they were blowing their load way too fucking early for like 4 years, dude. That's what happened. That's what happened, guys. And what I predicted back then is what happened. Everyone, for good reasons, stopped trusting the media. But then, when they were actually correct about Trump's bad behavior, no one listened to him. Simple as that. So yeah, I do blame the left. I do blame the media. I also blame Trump for what he actually did himself, which is bad. But the reason no one takes it seriously is because of the left and because of the media. So they have their share in this as well. Hold on. Single player Carl says, you're entitled to your opinion, but I think it's not a good viewpoint. You think what I just laid out was not a good viewpoint, Carl? What do you mean? Oh yeah, Flamenco. I might be wrong. Like maybe he actually wins out in the lawsuit, right? Like who knows? Okay. Why was there 10 seconds of dead air? Because fuck you. That's why. No, Trump definitely did things wrong. I'm not going to agree to Trump did nothing wrong. Oh, okay, single player Carl makes sense. Yeah. So, hold on here real quick. Give me just a moment, okay? Okay, let's get back to the articles. School purges books published before 2008 in an illogical and ideological inclusivity push. Wow. Look at these. There's no fucking books on the shelf, dude. A Canadian public high school has sparked outrage for removing all books published before 2008 in a so-called push to make its library more inclusive for students. Arundel Secondary School in Mississauga, Ontario, culled roughly 50% of its library books, including the Harry Potter and Hunger Games series, under a new equity-based book weeding directive implemented by the Peel District School Board earlier last year. This year, I came into my school library, and there are rows and rows of empty shelves with no books, said a 10th grader, Rina Takada. The student said she had been bracing for such a purge after administrators warned her at the end of the previous school year. If the shelves looked empty right now, it's because we have to remove all books published prior to 2008. The school's controversial move was made after the Minister of Education issued a wider directive to school boards earlier this year in a bid to ensure that library books were more inclusive. The board shall evaluate books, media, and all other resources currently in use for teaching and learning English, history, and social sciences for the purpose of utilizing resources that are inclusive and culturally responsive, relevant, and reflective of students and the board's broader school communities. But parents and students have argued that the seemingly inconsistent process the Peel District School Board then put in place to comply with the directive led to some schools, including Arundel Secondary, bizarrely removing thousands of books just because they were published prior to 2008. They said the directive could be to blame for books including The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank and The Very Hungry Caterpillar vanishing from shelves at other schools too. The board wouldn't address concerns that the schools were weeding out books based solely on publication date. Instead, it argued that the weeding process has always been part of the teacher-librarian responsibilities with the district across the country. Books published prior to 2008 that are damaged, inaccurate, or do not have strong circulation data, that as in they are not being checked out by students, are being removed. Damaged books with strong circulation numbers will be replaced regardless of the publication date. This says the board. Okay. But 10th grader Raina here doesn't agree. The Peel District School Board works to ensure that the books available in our school libraries are culturally responsive, relevant, inclusive, and reflective of the diversity of our school communities and the broader society. That's retarded! Fucking, oh God, I hate this shit. Like, this does not seem like this just seems like a bureaucratic mix-up, not a communist delete everything before year zero thing. But it's still fucking ridiculous, isn't it? It's still fucking ridiculous. And the final article for today, which is our thumbnail for this morning. LeVar Burton shocked to discover he's descended from a Confederate soldier. Wow. To be honest, most black people in America have a white ancestor. It's pretty common. That's why they're not as dark as actual Africans. C. Thomas Peasant, $2. Thank you. Book purgers are only okay if we do it. I mean, maybe. Actor LeVar Burton was in disbelief after learning he descended from a white Confederate soldier on Tuesday's episodes of Finding Your Roots. The PBS documentary show uses written ancestries and DNA research to discover the long-lost family histories of prominent guests. The show host revealed to Burton that his family had harbored a deep secret for generations. The man that he thought was his great-great-grandfather was not actually genetically matched to him. His great-grandmother, Mary Stills, was actually descended from a white man named James Henry Dixon. Were you expecting that? Do you have any idea that you had a white direct ancestor? The host asked him. By the way, LeVar Burton, he's the guy that played Geordie LaForge in Star Trek. He looks pretty stunned, doesn't he? Burton was in disbelief at this discovery. No, I had no idea. So Granny was half white. Wow. Further research into Burton's lineage revealed even more surprising discoveries. His ancestor was born in North Carolina in 1847 and served in the reserve troops in the Confederate Army as a teenager. Later on, he fathered a child with an African-American woman born into slavery. Are you kidding me? Oh my God. Oh my God. I did not see this coming. He pondered aloud about his great-great-grandparents' relationship. I often wonder about white men of the period and how they justify them to themselves their relations with black women, especially those in an unbalanced power dynamic. There has to be a powerful disconnect, created emotionally and mentally. So it's possible, in my mind, that he could have contemplated it and was conflicted at worst, maybe repentant at best. And then there's a possibility he didn't think about it at all. IRL reverse Uncle Ruckus. LMA. Thanks, Carl. Wow. Yeah, he played a slave very early in his career. So, yeah, what's really funny is just that, is it reparations time, guys? Is it time for him to pay it back? I mean, a lot of leftists like to do some one-drop rule shit when it comes to white people and how guilty they are. So, is LeVar Burton now a white oppressor? My reparations. Well, there we go. That's everything I've got for you today. You know what I realized? Okay, all you guys say, Dev, just get to the articles. Dev, don't argue the chat anymore. The only time when you guys super chat is when I'm arguing with the chat. When I'm reading articles, super chats go down to 0. When we're having a debate about a topic, you guys are like giving money like crazy. So I don't know, dude. Maybe you guys actually do want me to just fight with you, because that's what your wallet's showing. Bully the chat, Dev. Bully the chat. They're losers. Bully them. Bully. He should pay for his ancestors' crimes. But yeah, I mean, this is how it is. Did Asmongold do a video on Vosh? I'll have to look at that. We'll go raid Chud Logic, because why not? Asmongold's video on Vosh. Let's see. Where is it? I'll watch it after the stream, but I want to find it first. Pokemon Asmongold reacts to Ludwig. I don't see it. I don't see it on there. If you have it, DM it to me, I guess. Bring up January 6th again. Bring up January 6th. You're grifting too close to the sun. Deal with it. Here, eat this $2. Thank you. Watch the Vosh version. Just DM it to me, okay? I'll watch it after, okay? Talk about 9/11. Yeah, Chud's blowing up, man. Good for him. He deserves it. Oh, I saw the Asmongold video with the cockroach. Oh my god. Dude, what the fuck? Jesus. But yeah, listen, guys. Listen. For those of you who think... Here. Even if you disagree with me, okay? Even if you disagree with my politics, you don't like who I would support, who I would vote for, who I think is the greater or lesser evil, if you don't think where I draw my lines and what political things I believe in, even if you don't agree with me, that's fine. You don't have to agree with me to be here. But I guess what I mean, guys, is everyone who comes in here, and there are still some people who do this, who come in here and say, Dev is changing. Dev's betraying his values. Dev doesn't have any principles. I just showed you a video from 2017 where, even though I have some different information, because we all learn and like things change because you learn more information, but the core values that guide my logic and my decisions have remained the same. And that's why I wanted to show you that video clip today, guys. Because even like, yeah, so my opinions have changed on some things, but the logic that I use to get to those opinions haven't changed. And that logic rests upon a foundation of values. And those values have not changed. So listen, you can think that if you think that like I've betrayed my principles, you're just wrong. All right? So if you came here thinking that I wasn't a lib, I've always been one. I'll always be one. You have to basically recognize that. All right? Dev, none of these people would even like you if you shifted their ideological values to match theirs. Never give in. Yeah, Dagoth, you came in right when I was playing the old video. I played a video from 7 years ago to prove that I haven't actually changed in my values. So, yeah. It's 3 minutes long and it's funny. I should watch it on stream. Okay, hold on. We can do that. Sure. Let me pull it up. Okay, let's take a look. Asmongold clips. Wait. Vosh called Rev Says Desu a Nazi pedophile? Like, Vosh is a fucking retard, dude. Christ. Okay, let's see this shit. Roach time. Yeah, I saw the Asmongold Roach video. It's fucking disgusting. Let's see this, though.
Asmongold says depressed neat with piss jars piling up in his streaming room. Why do people keep attacking Asmon's appearance, lifestyle, and calling him an incel? Oh, well, here's the thing. You've got to keep in mind, people always love to insult the way that I look, and I just want to let you guys know that it never bothers me. It doesn't matter.
Do I even have to say it?
Asmongold TV, Why Japanese Games Go Woke. I used to think of Asmongold as like, I always knew he was a conservative, and there's no forgiving that, of course.
And then trying to change the way and...
He's doing the Gamergate thing. He's doing the, like, SJWs have infiltrated our media, and they're trying to wokely change stuff. He's just...
Gramsci, Vosh, you fucking retard.
This is why a lot of Gamergaters ended up becoming Nazis.
And I don't think that these people
He's
are
so
actually
stupid.
representing what Western audience...
This is just a stupid, low IQ...
I think that they're weird loser freaks, and I don't think that they have any sort of a read.
Why? What changes? What was this all vibes? What changes?
Like a poll? Well, the thing is, like, even
What is this? Why do you keep...
chat links him the context about what Asmon is talking about. Somebody used AI to fix the Dragon Maid.
What's with that?
A Dragon Maid, king of pedophile animes. I'm not watching this shit. Woke translator is finished? I don't care.
Big tits or
I have a design
pedophilia?
to deal with it. I'm a funny woman. We are all talented, funny, powerful women.
No, you're
We're
not.
Out here, it's going to happen. Deal with it. I'm sorry you're not getting laid. It's not about you. Move on.
And you enable.
Oh
this kind
my
of stuff.
God.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's got a
What
crazy. Like,
stuff?
he's really dedicated.
Hey, bro, I can't deal with it. I'm not watching this shit. Brain is soup. He has no idea what he is talking about. I'm not watching this shit at all. He's not saying a single thing.
Vosh is
If
so
there's a
stupid,
thread
dude.
that goes up on.
Asmongold has been promoting AI being used to replace translators of anime. To do this, he's been watching a bunch of
Based.
Rev Says Desu videos where a woman who had to... Rev Says Desu. Oh, the YouTube pedo lord.
Oh, wait for it.
Or a woman who had to translate for Dragon Maid. This is what Asmongold's arc for the past 2 months has been, I think. Dude, I heard that Asmongold was like a depressed NEET who had like piss jars piling up in his streaming room. I didn't realize it had gotten so bad he was watching Rev Says Desu videos. Holy shit. Why do they have to make it so easy? Why can't it just be he has a bad opinion? Why it can never just be like this guy has a bad opinion. It's like, no, he's like the most revolting human on the planet. Is he mentally unwell? Yes, definitionally he has to be.
We're getting McConnell out for this.
Oh
one,
my
guys.
God,
Coming
guys.
from the guy that said he hasn't heard a moral or legal reason why having CP should be illegal.
In fact, and this is going to be a real hot
Oh
take,
God, the
I
old
can't hear a
clips,
convincing
guys.
Moral or legal argument as to why possession of child pornography should be illegal. Actual child pornography.
I believe that the property rights of the wealthy should not be respected. I feel that their assets should be seized from
My
them,
God.
and that many of them should
Vosh
be
is
executed
ridiculous,
for
dude.
crimes against the workers of this country.
Isn't this the guy that people leaked that he's obsessed with horse cocks?
Yeah, all the horse cocks. Dude, okay. Vosh is on this slow decline right now. Not that I can speak too much about that because, like, my views are up, but my stream views are down for sure. Yeah, Vosh is a horse dick, I know.
Responds to Vaj calling her a Nazi.
Did you hear about what Vosh said about you? Yeah, I think he said I'm a Nazi. That's interesting. He thinks everyone's a Nazi. That is true. I'm not really concerned if a horse fucker thinks I'm a Nazi, though. I don't really, I don't take life advice from people who are fixated on horse cock.
Oh, fuck. I actually do like Pipkin Pippa. But okay, so listen, all right? Listen. My YouTube view numbers are up. Subs are up too, that doesn't matter that much. But my YouTube view numbers are up. But my YouTube stream numbers are on a slow decline. However, Vosh's stream numbers are on a... He's starting from a higher position than me for sure, but he's on like a medium-sized decline. And his view numbers are not up. All right? Vosh is like... There's a bunch of people who are just falling apart, I think. A lot of like old Destiny orbiters, like Vosh and Hassan, who for a period there, in the short term, spiked way higher than Destiny, and now they're declining below him. So, yeah. Dev, Mary Kill Bang, Vosh, Hassan, Scrump. Fuck you. Maybe it's because of the long argument segments. I don't care. Here's the thing. I want you to understand. I know what my numbers are. However, I don't care about my numbers. It's like I said. It's like I said at the very start of the video. If I decided to completely turn my channel into a gaming channel and lose like 99% of my audience, I'd be fine with that. Fine. What matters is my own autonomy before anything else. But yeah, my stream numbers are on a very slow decline, but my YouTube video views are up. They're all pumping up. They're all like, I'm doing pretty well on YouTube. Actually, I had there was someone I knew who like, no, BreadTube wasn't Destiny Orbiters. BreadTube got its start by piggybacking off Destiny and then throwing Destiny under the bus and going further left than him. But now they're all collapsing. Yeah, Vosh was like was a libertarian way back in the day. Yeah. But yeah, basically, hold on. Let me I was going somewhere with this shit. Yeah, basically, like, if I completely destroyed all my ability to be successful on YouTube, for in exchange for doing what I want to do, and that meant I had to go work like a shitty menial job again, okay, fine, I would do that. The point is that I'm doing what I want to do. I make videos when and how I want to make them. I do streams when and how I want to make them. My autonomy is the most important thing, not the money. Money's great, but I will always say this, that I'm no sellout. Being excommunicated is what saved Dusty's career. Yeah, kinda. But okay. Shall we get out of here? Let's go raid my good friend Chud Logic. Make sure to fill him up. Make sure to fill him up with a bunch of coffee cups. Stug, Vosh was a libertarian. We're talking like over 10 years ago, dude. He was like a high school libertarian. Yeah, collect your coffee cups. Don't you dare leave. We're raiding. You can leave after we raid and spam his chat with coffee cups. Them's the rules. Okay. I'm gonna go though. Thanks for being here, everyone. Thank you for all the donations. We almost broke $250 today, which is quite nice. So I really appreciate it. We're like $5 away from $250. That's pretty good. My goal, like I said earlier, my goal is to raise approximately $10,000 between now and when I move. That's about what I need for my moving fund. So, yeah. Stug, $5. He did use the oxymoronic label of Libertarian Socialist for a while. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. I'm leaving. Fuck you. No, yes, raid. Fuck all of you. No leaving allowed. You all stay here or else I'll punish you all. Okay. Let's go. Thanks for being here, guys. I love you. Good night, afternoon, morning. See ya.